Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the RaidCall EMS 1 Spring Finals live from Poland. I am Toby1, joining me is Kawa, and we are here, finally, for our game. It is the Alliance, also cleverly disguised as no Tidehunter, but they're the Alliance facing up against the team mousesports here in our best of 3 matchup. Is our third quarterfinal matchup to see who will advance forward to face up against the winner of Fnatic EU versus Na'Vi. And these are our last 2 best of 3s for the day. And of course, I am joined back again by Kawa. It's good to have you back, man.
It's good to be back. Finally,
I of course miss Pyrion, of course, but
I know.
it's good to have you back.
Pylon Flax. Though
Yeah.
we are finally back into the game now. Everything's finally gotten underway. We've got the bands going as well. The crowd even cheering right now.
Yeah, we had some issues with the routers. There were some issues with the routers over on the mousesports side of things, and then it kind of like could have been something else. So yeah, things were going a little bit wrong with certain things. So yeah, at least we're here inside the game. The draft's beginning up, and yeah, we're getting ourselves underway.
Finally so. So right now, just checking out what we've currently got going on with this particular game. We've got Alliance. It's going to be banning out right here the Cuddle, as well as that Bat Rider. Lone Druid Wisp also going to be banned out here for mousesports. And then, first of all, we are going to be starting off with a pick right here for mouse that Magnus is going to be brought up into this game now. So already going to be looking pretty decent here with just initiation to start. We also have quite a few of those awesome, very, very popular heroes that Alliance going to be able to pick up. Unfortunately, though, we're not going to have S4 on his signature Magnus for this game.
No, that we won't, but we do see Fader. Fader always loves his mag in the solo mid as well. Sometimes he has played on the off lane, but of course I never like to remind him of the off lane play that he did during some tournament that shall not be named, and some certain 4 heroes that shall not be RP'd during that, and then a skewer back on nothing but air. We're not mentioning that.
No.
We're not mentioning that. But we can mention Alliance, so of course when you take out heroes like Keeper of the Light and Lone Druid in the first set, it's exactly the same ban as what we're going to talk about. Like, you can't ban anything else against Alliance. It must be Wisp, it must be Lone Druid. Then again, though, I say it must be Wisp.
Yeah.
I would also say it must have been Chen. Chen has not been touched here. We got Nyx, we got Gyro. But we haven't actually seen Chen being touched at all. And it doesn't really work 100% with what Alliance would normally do. Like, Alliance would pick it up first.
Yeah.
And then go the Juggernaut, and then go something else with a little bit of pushing power. They go the Pug, they go in the Mag, something along these kind of lines. But in this scenario now, it's a very, very changed game. Like, even Mag, we could see the Nyx come in for the combination with him, and then the Puck also available for the solo mid if they want to push that Mag to the off lane.
Yeah, we do have that available, so that is definitely an option that they could go with. Also, the Darkseer is still inside of the pool, so with regards to not just initiation, but the team fight coming out right now, definitely an option here for mousesports, as well as Alliance, if they're going to be wanting to try and pick that up. Still going to be there.
That it will be, man. That it will be. And hopefully everything will work nice and smooth. We even had an issue with that monitor before, so I apologize if I repeated anything at the very, very start then. As yeah, we're trying to get someone over to fix it. And they go with Nyx, so we were looking at that one. And the Rubik as well. A little bit more classic mousesports, classic back from the days when Kuro was in there. But we will see that being played by Quikva? I call him Kochka.
Kochka, yeah.
That's the way I've kind of like got myself into it.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. It's a difficult name to pronounce. Also, that's actually something I want to go over there. Talk to Mouse a little bit about.
It's like, how the hell do you pronounce your names? Why do you make your names so difficult? Yeah, do that.
There's a silent I in there. Yeah. So that's going to be picked up right now for them. So already looking pretty decent with that regard. Rubik also going to be able to just kind of roam around. Got some very, very high potential to be able to just roam around, be able to gank, take out some of those heroes that Alliance be trying to put inside of the middle lane here. So they're going to be waiting for the next pickup right now. What would you say would probably be the next one for Alliance that they'd probably want to bring into their draft at this particular point?
I'm still surprised they're overlooking the Chen, but if I was going to go, with something, I'd go with the long lane hero, because everything else is going to get banned out in the next set, and that would give a lot more options open for mousesports. So they go with the Nature's Prophet. So it's Admiral Bulldog's off-lane hero right there. Yeah. So we at least see probably 2 of our cores. It's possible that Gyro will be played as a support. So EGM, normally he'll take up that role as the Gyro. And by the looks of it, so Black's not even like worrying about this. He says that Gyro is loaders. But it can be both. It really can be both. Even the Nyx to a point, we could see him go solo mid up against the Mag. That's another option which is also available right now if S4 wants to take up that role as Nyx. A little bit more old school, but I say old school, it's like we go back 3 weeks, 4 weeks in the game of Dota 2.
Yeah.
Which basically is old school. If you bring that kind of metagame to this tournament, then you will be out in the first round.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but in this scenario, though, Nyx's possibility for the solo mid is highly possible. And Alliance, they start to ban out against mousesports now. They've got Nyx, they've got Mag, and they banned the anti-mage. Now, most of the time, you'd assume that that Lifesteal will be played by Black.
Yeah, I would assume that as well. But yeah, Alliance is going to be starting to take out some of those carries that, of course, Black is going to be known for. And that's really hard to ban against Black, honestly.
But when he's already got the Nakes in the pool, though,
yeah.
Is it like Alliance just assuming that the Nakes is long lane already? Are they assuming it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane and someone like Black who just sits on the bottom lane by himself? Because the Bane's being banned out, and that was probably the indication as well.
Yeah.
Kind of forget about that one. With the Bane being taken out, it means that they probably want to run Nakes on the aggressive tri-lane. We've seen it shut down by Bane already twice today already.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're feeling it already, and then S4 also takes out the Queen of Pain, and this is really starting to make me feel like Nyx is going to go that solo mid-roll.
Yeah.
And open up a secondary support.
Also going to be taking out that Chen there. Another support, Shadow Demon, going to be eliminated as well. Just that setup support. Not going to be going on the side of Alliance for this one. And of course, Ake's Chen, man, not going to be giving that to him at all, honestly.
But the fact they let it through the first set is very, very surprising. The fact that Alliance didn't even want it is also very surprising. One thing which I kind of feel like S4 will take will be Leshrac in this scenario. Leshrac, Nyx, fantastic synergy. Same with Nature's Prophet. You do it between ganking as well as pushing. The question will still be, though, is that Nyx going to be the secondary support? Gyro, Core, Nature's Prophet, which means we're still missing a mid-solo right now for S4. The puck's still on the pool.
Yeah.
And the puck up against the Mag, they'll be very, very happy with. Like, puck against the Mag would actually be exactly what Alliance would like. There's nothing that would stop them from doing it. The only possibility they might have is the fact that Black might pick it in the fourth and run it on an off lane or run it as a mid-solo and put the Mag to the off lane. That's the other thing. And they banned the PL as the final one. Don't want to deal with any possibility of Black taking a insane carry down to that bottom lane. They really believe that lifesteal is going to be off lane.
Yep, so that is going to be the next pickup here for mousesports. It's going to be tough to call, honestly. But yeah, really, still, as you mentioned before, the puck going to be a really, really good option here in this case. Just crowd control is going to be nasty to deal with because you also have the Magnus on top of all that. So what would be great, though, is to be able to follow up with like more of another support that's going to be able to roam around to be able to set up. You probably could be even going for Alina after this, but before that, they actually show the Alchemist.
So, looks like Alliance, well, they might have been 100% on the money right now because Alchemist, Nakes, as well as Rubik, we even could be looking at that as being a support Alchemist because I know Alex actually plays Alchemist in a support role. So I'm not going to say this is actually a carry Alchemist just yet. This is really, really open. You got three heroes who are capable of basically getting a lot of farm and a lot of items on the back of them. Rubik even to a point back in his old solo mid days when he was played there. When Blink Dagger 4-staff straight up nice and early, and then Rubik would just basically steal damage dealing abilities and just kill off heroes by himself. Like that would be an option then. But right now, like we could be looking at 3 cores, but we could still be looking at 2. Like Nakes, Rubik. Normally look at something like an SD though. SD would normally couple up a lot better with the Alchemist, and there's the Leshrac I was talking about.
Yeah, they already did decide to ban out that SD right now on mousesports, but they will follow up with the Leshrac, which is very, very nice. Going to also be able to just deal down a lot of damage. Split push right now for Alliance is looking very, very solid as well. Diabolic Eater going to be able to handle that with the Fury on, going to be able to just split push also with the trees, just giving a little bit of room, extra room for Gyrocopter to just kind of pick up some of those core items. The great thing about it, though, is this Alchemist here from mousesports is going to be able to kind of deal with the inevitable BKB, which we will most likely be seeing out of Gyrocopter, honestly. Going to be able to just kind of lock him down, especially also with Magnus with his reverse polarity. So that is just something to watch out for. And final pickup is going to be the Jakiro.
Yeah, it's actually classic Alex. So it's going to be a farming up Alchemist. Could still, however, just be Nakes on that bottom lane. And that's probably what I would assume from mousesports. I would assume that we'll just see Black take that Nakes to the bottom lane. We've seen him do it tough before. Either as mid-solos he's done it, or going up towards like a long lane. There's the puck. So very obvious as the final selection coming off from Alliance, what they were going to select. So really, could say almost as predicted for this game, that we're not seeing anything too far out of the ordinary for either of these teams. It's actually going to be the lifestealer being played by Quarterfinals. So he'll be taking up the role as the Nakes in this game, and Black, he's walking around the Alchemist. So a half armor for Black. I still want to see that aggressive tri-lane up on top and not just running Nakes on a long lane, but judging by his item build, it looks like Nakes is going to attempt the long lane to start with. If it doesn't work, he'll just go inside his own jungle.
Doing a little bit of call out here inside of the top. Loda going to be playing on that gyrocopter. Ake with the Leshrac. S4 going to be playing the puck, of course. We've got EGM playing on the Nyx. And finally, inside of the pool still is going to be Admiral Bulldog on his legendary Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, he'll have a great time either being on the bottom lane, which he is built for really with the arms he's got. He can go jungle as well, but judging by the amount of health consumables he's got, he is looking to go that bottom lane straight away.
30 seconds
so
to
no stacking of lanes. No stacking of lanes in this one, except maybe the top lane. Because I'm really not liking the chances of this this Nakes. With the Nyx stun, the follow-up Leshrac stun, then the time for the Rocket Barrage will be more than enough to eat through his life points. Even with the Rage, then they'll just follow up with a little bit more like physical damage, and that'll be it.
Really, and early on, Alliance, I've got to say, have a little bit more of a fighting chance in the laning phase, because honestly, you're going to have a lot of damage burst and otherwise coming out from them, as well as the split pushing, like I mentioned prior. So really going to have to watch out when you're Mouse, because you're going to be looking for a lot of farm here on the Alchemist, of course, with Lifestealer as well. But just the great thing about having the Alchemist is going to be able to just flash farm like a fiend.
And this is going to be a real problem right now for Admiral Bulldog. He's already losing his trees. This is supposed to be the set of trees that was also going to pull the camp, pull the creep wave up. There, actually, there's the other secondary set. So he actually did manage to bring a set through, try to split them up a little bit. Rubik going to throw them down, and Black won't let this happen. In fact, he's doing a really good job of pulling the aggro up, so they'll still farm it up from the side. And this is almost doing what no Tidehunter did against Fnatic EU during the Star Ladder Finals, where you try and pull, and if you maintain the aggro control just right, the pull completely fails to the point where you waste a lot of mana. You'll try again right now, but it's really not going to help. There's a new creep wave coming up. This creep wave's in perfect position. Pulling up what's remaining here is also not going to work because it just gets pulled out. All they're managing to do is just block that camp from spawning.
Inside of middle lane, S4 going toe-to-toe right here. Hopefully Fate are going to be able to deal with that pretty nicely, though. Puck, I have to admit, is going to be having a little bit of an advantage. Obviously going to be able to just phase shift through those shockwaves, but obviously Fate are good at juking, or at least faking those shocks, of course. And we have a pause, unfortunately, as I was about to double check here up in the top lane. Looks like settings are going to have to be changed.
Yeah, just mousesports probably going to work through a couple of bugs or things like that. Yeah. Actually, speaking of top lane, man, EGM, this is kind of like the upside about having just one hero like Nature's Prophet. There can be such a nuisance to the supports. Supports are always looking for this easy farm, the easy levels. Denying off the creep wave is always good when someone's in the lane, but because no one's there, the only thing they're really worried about is finding levels up on these supports. And we're now 130 in, and you got a double stack with the farm here. Nice creeps as well, easy gold, and EGM and Aki will both be doing it.
Yeah, they're really going to be liking that one.
And then you look like what's happening for the mousesports supports. Like, they're finding the farm from the treants. These things are worth experiencing gold. So the CS might be a little bit more deceiving with that one. But what keeps happening is this camp, it just will not spawn.
No, yeah, just constantly, it's going to be Admiral Bulldog continuously blocking that camp all the time with those treants, going to be helping out with that. And inside of middle again, got a bottle finally up on Fata. He's going to be using that to continue to just use that in lane. Going to pick up a double damage as well, so he's going to be doing good in that regard.
Nothing like having an extra rune up your sleeve and then having an extra set of bottles. Alex also making his way around that middle lane. I don't know if he's thinking it's just warding. Wants to see if someone's going to come around the side there. S4. A little bit, I don't know if he got baited out there with the phase shift, but seeing gets hit by a shockwave. Rather unusual for him. And meanwhile, on the bottom lane, are we finally going to get a camp to spawn up? I still cannot believe how much Admiral Bulldog has just stuffed around with this lane. And now up on the top lane. Edict point up, 1 point from Aki. Loader's already here. This forces a rotation up. And this is where Alex is moving out to Planet Ward. Yeah. But he needs more help than this. He needs a lot more help than this. If he comes in for an ice path, it won't be enough. And that's why Nakes has come up towards the top lane. He's got 1 level Feast, 1 level Rage, 1 level Open Wounds now. Only just at level 3 when he arrived at the top lane. But there's still going to be a very, very hard lane for him to stand on now.
It is. At least they're going to be able to kind of find a little bit more farm here for Kochka, and the rotation from Animal Bulldog into the jungle, very much realizing that. It's going to still, though, allow Black to just continue to farm 2 levels up in that Goblin's Greed. And yeah, hopefully we're going to be seeing Alliance here put on a little bit more pressure to Black, because if he's allowed to have all that room in the bottom, that's not going to be a good time for them, especially in later portions of the game. The mid game, I'd even want to say.
You're actually right. Just to bring in the point about Black, like I'm talking about the extra gold which the supports of Alliance are getting.
Yeah.
But with that Greevil's Greed, you can get so much down here, and it's such an economic kind of thing. It's like watching players play Doombringer. You already know just how much extra cash you're capable of getting through the Devour, and also the extra like auras and all that kind of stuff, which you can also just stack up. And then you have things like Nature's Prophets that go hand in minuses and all that kind of jazz. And just it's like a lot more efficient way of getting the cash into your bank accounts, and you make more of the resources that are on the map. So the more space they give to Black, the bigger he's going to be, and probably like maybe even to a point too big to deal with. S4 is going to orb himself away from Fader. Fader trying to be as aggressive as he possibly can here in the mid with the mag. It's always a fun time to watch these two up. I remember I was talking to Fader again while waiting for the plane, and he says there's a little bit of blood between both S4 as well as Fader. It's not bad blood. It's like, oh, I hate you because like you slept with my sister kind of thing. It's more of a, they both know that they want to win the middle lane so hard that they'll both be very, very aggressive at each other.
Yeah.
To the point where you'll be over aggressive. And that first kill, they know that if you get that first kill, then everything goes their way after that point, because there will be no mistake from the opposite mid laner.
Yeah, and you would think that would open up opportunities with that extra kind of aggression to kind of get ganged by the roaming supports here from Mouse, but no, that is not going to be the case, because honestly, S4 is going to easily be able to just kind of escape out of that with that beautiful combo of the orb phase shift, obviously. So not going to be happening in that regard. Inside of bottom lane, still looking very, very good with that. CS, highest on the map, Black, is going to be looking at 36 and 8. So very, very nice, as well as Kochka inside of the top lane. He's maybe I'd say about a third of the way as he is compared to Alchemist here, but he's finding farm where he can, and now EGM nearly getting off an impale though. Gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, he kind of wants to get out there and throw the mana burn instead, but he doesn't want to waste that amount of mana, because if he throws the mana burn, he doesn't really have enough to throw a stun after that point. Well, mana burning at a level 1 up against Nakes is not going to be enough to get rid of it, as in rid of the rage, rid of the possibility of escape. I also want to keep my eyes on this middle lane, because, well, we haven't missed first blood this entire tournament, and I throw something over my shoulder at this point.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that both these heroes in the middle lane, both have these level 6 abilities that are capable of doing awesome control. Mag wants to skewer himself away. He's still going to get stunned by that Dream Call on the way out and take the damage, and that buys time for the Orb as well as the Rift. And then you look for a little bit more, and then you got the RP to come up from the Mag, even better control up against S4. So if he comes even slightly too close, then he's in trouble. And there goes the Orb. He's in a lot of trouble. There's your RP, and you knew it was coming. mousesports will take the first blood up against Alliance. A very simple setup. Find the Invis rune, and I said if he gets in too close, of course that'll happen if you got telekinesis to help you.
Sweet room pickup there for Paz, man.
First blood, not missed.
Not missing a single one yet. So that's a great job there from Alex as well.
It's only downhill from now. It's only
no, yeah, don't jinx it. Can't jinx it.
But that's now middle lane. I won't say completely won, because it was still 3 heroes that were fighting for that one. But it does set S4 back. Yeah, Bodley had Wand, he's got boots. Actually, doesn't really set him back that far.
No, honestly, it doesn't, because, yeah, he's still going to be able to get away with quite a bit. Still gold, going to be looking for that Bling Dagger. Obviously not going to be hindered too much by that, honestly, since he did pick up those boots. Black, though, in the bottom lane, still being left alone, picked up that Midas, and looking to just continue to make this game go on as long as possible. As long as they do that, I feel that Mouse here is going to be able to kind of take it to the late game a lot easier than Alliance is, because you do have that gyro. The gyro is going to definitely turn it around, especially if he gets that farm early enough to make a massive impact.
The problem is, though, Gyro's farm, while it's great right now, like it's 48 for 15, Black is still farming with Greevil's Greed. Shaw is actually not even level 4. He levels up Unstable Concoction to level 4, because you see that Black, he doesn't want to stay here. He's getting high levels. There's nothing that's stopping him from doing so. He's getting really good farm. And once he's got himself a secondary item right now, be it Vanguard or not,
Yeah, he's going to go out on the run, or out on the hunt, I should say.
Well, he already bought 2 TP scrolls, which is hilarious for a person who's just not even looking to leave the bottom lane right now. But it tells you in his mind, he wants to get off this bottom lane. He wants to find an opening.
That's going to help a lot, especially now that we have a Haze Room bottle up for Magnus, as well as the RP available. Already we're seeing the rotation from Mouse. Pass Alex once again inside the middle lane, though they are going to be able to spot this rotation with that Observer Ward slightly south of where S4's position currently is. So just going to be a little bit wary of that for the time being. Smoke is still up, though, or I should say in the stash of Alex. Going to be maybe looking to make something happen here relatively soon from Alliance.
Well, maybe Alliance will make something happen, but right now, mousesports, as you said, like Smoke is up in the stash, but he hasn't got it himself. It's the 3 heroes on the top lane. It's also Mag with an RP, so he'll be looking for an opening. He'll be looking for an opening while the cam's been pulled off the side. That's just some really nice farm you can find through there. However, that bit of a blast that came out from the Mag just reveals that the fact that he's having a bit of a roam looking for a kill. And on a haste route, he can get himself in there and get a really, really good RP. But wants to steal the creeps instead. So he comes in, snipes it off. The Dire have an Observer Ward watching over that top rune. They know exactly what's going on, so they just hold back next to the Tier 1 tower. They know it's not worth the risk. S4 also not worth the risk, because he knows now he sees him rotating back in again.
Yeah.
It's always a dangerous kind of thing, but now he's going to feel a lot more comfortable. Treads are up for the puck, so he's at least got some switch options.
Yeah, at least he was able to get a little bit extra room from that rotation coming out from Feta, though they weren't able to capitalize with the haste. Fortunately, going to have to just go back into the lane and continue to farm up for what is going to be a really quick Blink Dagger, actually, about 1600 on him. Going to be looking for that very, very soon. Black, though, he's still being left alone, and Admiral Bulldog going to be at least trying to prevent him from taking this Tier 1 extra gold on him, and still going to be going for that Midas, actually, for Admiral Bulldog, it would appear.
It's good to see Admiral Bulldog back inside the lane, but you see his farm? Like 41 for 1. That's looking pretty good. His gold per minute, however, is only 195.
Yeah.
He's still like losing out on a huge amount of gold, because most of the creeps he managed to find was obviously in the jungle.
Yes.
He doesn't have that hand of Midas. We're now approaching like 13 minutes in. I know there's a couple of guys that were talking about the possibility of a hand of Midas and just how late you should get it. And most of the time you'd always say like, nah, I don't, like, shouldn't get it past like 18 minutes or something like that. 18? Yeah, like you should never get ahead of Midas like past the 18-minute mark.
Oh man, I was under the impression that was more around the 10 periphery, but we've got a bit of a...
Oh, now there's trouble for Loda. Boschko right behind it. There's a skewer in. RP as well. Serious commitment onto Loda. Dual breath as well. And that's going to be the gyro going down.
Nice pick up there from Mouse. Once again, 2-0. 2-0.
Look at this revenge coming up. There's already a pick up and throw down pass a little bit too far, but then he gets the AWP. The best deal he possibly could have got. Able to join himself away from EGM. He could not have asked for a better steal ability, so mousesports now take it 2-0. Yeah, but back to the hand of Midas, man. On a Nature's Prophet, if you're going to spend that much time in the jungle, it's still worth it if you're going like 18 minutes into a game. And like 18 minutes is where I normally draw the complete line about picking it up. But 15 minutes in, people will still get it by that point. Like sure, like 9 minutes in, 7 to 9 minutes in is when you kind of want to have it up and running. But sometimes you still just say, well, I want this experience, I want this gold. See Admiral Bulldog, we're now hitting 12 minutes in. He's walking back with 1200 gold. He's almost got enough. Loda's going to die again on this top lane. Cooldown's already gone. Dual breath as well. Jakiro will take the kill. And now it's mousesports really walking over Alliance on this top lane. And Alliance are bringing support up to help. They have to do it before the puck, the puck Blink Dagger is up and running. But they've got to do something about all this killing. And now Admiral Bulldog comes in. Oh no!
Oh,
had to cut through a tree to get himself out of this one. So it's not that bad. He's not stuck here forever.
No, but a lot of the...
Teeping, and he couldn't get the sprout off. That was his problem.
A lot of the aggression, though, still being focused up in this top lane, and this is just what Mouse has got to be doing, just bringing the focus up in this top lane, just preventing it from being in the bottom, and Black still being given a ton of room right now, already on the courier. We're going to be seeing that Lothar's available, so already, as you were mentioning previously, this is going to be a very, very good opportunity here for Black to be able to just roam around, be able to gank extremely well with just those initiation tools at his disposal.
I still cannot believe how much time they're giving him on the bottom lane.
I know.
And he just got a full Shadow Blade. What the hell is this? 13 minutes in, and it's exactly the same time as the Blink Dagger comes up on the mag. This is a brutal combination. The RP, which is going to come with a surprise blink, and then also the follow-up Unstable Concoction. The AoE stun while they're inside it, and it's going to be a full channel time because you can go under the cover fire that is the Shadow Blade.
And just also, yeah, the lockdown from Mouse is going to be absolutely nasty. We're already starting to see a smoke inside of the jungle from Alex and Paz, but being able to get that Blink Dagger up on, I was about to say S4, Feta, and then being able to follow up with Alchemist with his initiation with that AoE stun. Also, the Acid Spray being level 3 with that minus armor is going to also deal a massive amount of damage.
You can see Black that he wants to be ready to fight. This is what I really like about Black. He's one of these players that plays an off-lane, like a safe lane farming hero, and we're going to have to wait for this one, because EGM's about to initiate and kill off pass. Alex here as well, sentries go down, and what a pickup! Big pickup! The stun will still fly through up the Vendetta hit, and then the RP! 3-caught, and the stun from Black inside the Acid Spray, skewing him up! Double kill for Fader! Aki will TP himself out this one, they cannot stop him, or maybe they almost did! A lot of damage, and Admiral Bulldog, he is on the run. Blink up. Black needs more mana before he can throw himself another, so he can't even use Shadow Blade to catch up in time. And nice round by Admiral Bulldog. There is no chasing there. But that is Alliance getting their ass handed to them with a combination they were not ready for, and Mouse just completely capitalized on their items.
Great RP there coming out from Feta. That just was the #1 combination that you could even ask for, followed up perfectly. Mal's looking extremely nice in this game now, 6-2. We're seeing already, economically, they're just pulling ahead ridiculously. 3K in their favor, as well as 3K for experience. Right now, this momentum that's going to be coming out from Mouse is going to be very nice as they try to aim, hopefully, for those next oncoming Tier 1 towers, especially in the middle lane. We're going to be seeing them just do that.
Yeah, that they already have. So Fader, Pass, as well as Alex, all grouped up in the mid. Now a steal. Alex it's going to be S4 throwing the ultimate. He wants to kill off. He can't do it. Jumps up away. Skewer up as well, bringing EGM to the party. Admiral Bulldog already TP'd in. And now Puck, wonderful silence. Fader can't do anything. However, Alchemist coming in. Black's got deciding to target. So is Quadrika. And they're going to go on EGM. So it's going to be a Nyx for a mag. That's also one hero. S4 able to dodge that ice path. So 1 for 1 is the loss here in the middle lane. Nature's Prophet TPing in on the high side as well as the Radiant side. And all through this time, there's so much support brought in from Mouse, and this is actually a really bad trade for Mouse. Gyro is free farming up on the top lane. They're going to bring down the Tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and that makes it kind of worth it now.
Yeah.
But Alliance, they really missed so many possibilities there.
There was, yeah, and also S4 being able to just kind of escape out of there. That's just what you're going to be able to do, honestly. And right now, he does sneak into the bottom lane. Luckily, though, Black being able to come in there and just finish off EGM very clutch. So 1 for 1. Also, the tower be looking still very dominating here on the Mouse lineup.
Radiant's bottom
it would have been so much more if they could kill S4 in the mid lane.
It would have been.
It would have been the biggest kill. It would have been the biggest kill so far. Oh, Black throws the stun phase shift. Still on cooldown, but Black didn't know that. So he just goes back to farming up. But the whole thing about S4, he's got 1650 in his gold stash right now. So you're already looking to see him get that Blink Dagger. If he died right then, you're adding another 2 to 3 minutes.
Just the delay for that would just be way too nasty. Nice deny though here in the bottom, just kind of forgetting about that. So it's going to be taken out. We see another smoke gang come out here for Alliance as we're going to be seeing EGM and Ake follow along to try and take out Black. But they're going to be needing a little bit more, I think, if they're going to want to try and take him.
They got the Vendetta. They're just worried about the Sentry Ward off on the side, and they just got spotted. Walked in range of the Sentry Ward, and that's what basically brought the aggro down. They didn't know the exact position of the Sentry Ward from before. And while they're basically playing around the bottom lane, searching for a kill on Black, top tier 1 tower is gone. And Lifesteal will take the last hit from this one. Oh man, you're right, Loda, he's already been picked up, thrown back. There's a Shockwave, and then Rubik with a follow pickup, and that should be Loda's dead. All doing the damage, because he still had that up his sleeve. 8-3, Rubik takes the kill. And this is Alliance. They, well, I think shaky start would be a bit of a understatement right now. This is really bad for them and wonderful for mousesports. And now, however, Alex too far out. Easiest kill of their lives, and Flash Strike suddenly lands, but he's already dead. So it's just Alex trying to come out to ward, and EGM and Aki sticking around just a little bit longer, find a freebie.
Yeah, that is a good one to just pick off once you have a little opportunity for that. Still, we're seeing Black here just continuing to... He's got about 4K on him now. Next item prediction, what do you say going up on him?
I wonder if he just goes into AC. Either that or we see him go for a little bit more of a pushing kind of build, and that'd be Maelstrom.
Yeah, I would say probably a Maelstrom would be really nice in this lineup, being able to just deal extra DP.
I would like to see him go the old classic kind of build and see a Radiance up on the Alchemist. It's the old style.
I mean, he has enough of the Sacred Relic, and he's already heading up into the top. So that is a viable option, because right now, the longer it goes, I mean, really, that's going to help out. There we go.
And the beauty, the reason why I can do this, and the reason why suggesting the old school Radiance up on Alchemist is because Nyx is weak, Puck is weak, Leshrac is weak, Nature's Prophet is weak. The Radiance will affect them all greatly. And then Gyro, until he's got the BKB up and running, it's not going to be enough. And then at the same time, you've got, you got esl dying in the middle lane. Ice Path, it's just off target. So then the silence, the double stun by EGM and the Puck Ultimate. Mag will come in with the help of the Nakes, but already the two supports. Alex gets the Macro Pyre down. Wonderful Shockwave, ends up killing up S4. Not before he got the double kill. Now you're OP. And the call out coming in from Loda. mousesports have overcommanded themselves now. Admiral Bulldog, 91 HP. The Nakes can't get there in time. Leshrac can. Nakes, he is getting himself out of this one. The movement speed with the phase boost. They have to get closer. The acid spray, EGM will not want to go through this. He's going to anyway. And I don't know if he's going to catch him in time. Movement speed, he'll have to dive back past the tower in order to do it. And this just could be like mousesports waiting on top of the tower, and Koshik does the right thing. He TP'd himself back out of this one. Engagement can end with the scraps not being picked up.
What if I been able to get away from that?
S4 almost did. He managed to pick up a double kill after avoiding that initial ice path. And perfect timing as well for EGM. That double stun saved Alliance's ass there in the middle lane.
And a massive, the Patience also being able to be gone on to Fada there with that RP at the last minute. Very, very nice to be able to just ensure the double of them, or the two of them inside the middle, going to get caught off by that. Inside of the Dire Jungle, though, we do see Loda picking up that stack Ancient. Got about 3 stack there, honestly.
And this isn't going to be nice for him, though, because I'm seeing Black come in here. Acid Spray, and he's going to take the remainder of this. Because he's already walking around with that Radiance. The next thing, though, he has to do is either pick up a large amount of armor or he picks up a large amount of life. Alchemist is still, when he's not inside of his chemical range, you see him at 1,200 life points. It's very, very low. But the main thing is his armor. He's only got 3 armor. If there's even a slight negative armor build coming off here, he's in a lot of trouble. I'm not seeing any medallion coming up, and even Loda is building into a Sanjay Yasha. I think he's still got, he's got the Yasha up on the courier. He's keeping it secret, trying to say he's going to go for a BKB, but this is what he does. It's what he enjoys on a lot of his hard carries where he goes the S and Y. Luckily, too, the net worth tab actually includes items on the courier, but you see that difference? 12.5k net worth for Black in comparison to 6.6 or 6.7k for the Gyro as well as the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that's just blacking away with murder right there, honestly. To be able to just get away with how much he did in the bottom lane without any pressure coming down from Alliance just is a massive mistake. We see TP come out here for Fada. Oh, here we go.
It's going to be a denial. It's going to be a denial. That Siege Creep won't be able to attack in time. And Alliance did the right choice. If they stuck around for a fight, then they didn't have enough people. Admiral Bulldog was already there, so they weren't going to get a +1.
They would have just been completely blown away here.
Yep.
Also, I really do enjoy the tactical positions of the sentries inside of the middle lane right here. We're going to be seeing EGM kind of roll around with the Vendetta, wait as mousesports and Alex going to be kind of hugging their tower for dear life. Can't really go up against Loda quite yet. He's got his Yasha up, and that's really, really good because he needs that extra damage to come out for his team, because right now, Mouse easily topple them with that. So also going to be able to pick up the Ogre Club to be able to add on a little bit of extra HP. Definitely probably going to be seeing that BKB very, very soon.
I like this from Black. He was looking to be aggressive on the bottom lane, but he's also trying to keep himself secret and possibly at the same time not want to push out the creep waves. He turns his Radiance off. So he's not burning and trying to push with this. Because if he goes into the invis, a Radiance burn will reveal the fact that he's standing right next to him. So that's a problem for him. And he doesn't want to also push out the creep wave if he's looking to farm. But now they want to bring down this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Mag's already giving the extra bonus as well, because he's walking around with 3 points of in power already, and this is only 22 minutes in, and Black's got that extra buff in his damage. And on top of that, he also noticed too that Mag is in fact going in for a Shadow Blade. So we're seeing mass Shadow Blades coming up, which is going to force Alliance to buy a gem. That's 700 gold they're going to throw out, and that's also a possibility of definitely losing it and then giving it over, and that's going to stop Nyx from doing his thing. Same with Nature's Prophet, who's also got a Shadow Blade up and running.
yeah, that's going to be massive, massive, nasty thing to do. We already see Fata kind of TPing into, I believe, the middle lane, going for the blink.
He wants Aki. There's the open wounds. Doesn't need to use the RP for this one. They have enough damage to kill him off before that. So a simple rotation out.
Finding kills where you can. Going to be able to just do that. Koshka right now with his armlet up. He's going to be going for Jet Fighter build. Currently, that's going to be looking really, really good as Black continues to farm up inside of the top lane, pushing back that wave just in case Admiral Bulldog tries to do anything funny, keeping those lanes pushed in. Definitely don't want that. Yeah, and that is the Sanji Yasha finally inside of Loda's stash. Or not stash, but rather inventory, so not really keeping it a secret. He's also looking very, very good in terms of movement speed.
Yeah, and Alliance are really catching up. Like, they're behind in towers right now. Only by 1, but still behind. And then you got the experience though. Kicks down. After those last couple of like moves from Alliance, sure it's starting to kick back up again, but they brought the difference to being like 1800. There's so little in that. There's so little in that. And with Alliance, with their split push and the potential that Gyro always has, anything could really happen. The biggest problem is still going to be Black. What did he just pick up? He just picked up a full BKB. 24 minutes in, he now has almost 1600 net worth, and he's going at 677 gold per minute. This is 24 minutes in.
Yeah, really, if Mouse want to be pushing a team fight right now, that would be something that they want to try to do. Yeah.
Admiral Bulldog, he's got to get himself out of this one. There's the stun, blink up, and skew up, yep, just to make sure he's going to go. And this is Alliance being hunted on the map. It's just a hunt. It is just a hunt for mousesports. They know they're controlling the jungle, they know they're controlling up the lanes, they're buying time. Alchemist now over the 700 mark of gold per minute. They know he's so damn big that nothing can stop Alchemist. Gyro as well, like S and Y is okay, but there's no big damage dealing item up on him just yet. He doesn't have his own BKB, and this is going up against RPs, up against Ice Pass, up against Open Wounds, up against Rubik Holds, and then steals of other stuns, and then the Alchemist stun as well. And in that time, he's already getting higher items. So if we see along the lines of seeing that Assault Cuirass, and then there's the big armor difference, all hell's going to break loose. And good luck S4 getting out of this one. Admiral Faust Fader. I thought I was about to throw that one off an S4. Able to jump himself up, has to go through the tree line a little bit, and with that Shadow Blade, the extra movement speed, and then Blink and TP. Can he get close enough? Blink and RP, he had to do it, but he ran out of mana. He was short after the Blink dagger. He didn't have enough mana to pop the RP and cancel the TP scroll.
So no kill, unfortunately, for Fata on that one, so he will be able to escape and live to see another day. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, still getting pushed. Admiral Bulldog just trying to bring that tower in, trying to put on the pressure, but it is just tough right now as Alliance is continuing to lose map control. That tier 2 tower being taken out. They still are going to be looking to at least have some form of vision, which is good once you've lost that mid tower. All of the wards being placed around the Roach Pit, and really that's probably going to be the one thing that if they would be able to try and take a team fight in this location, that would turn the tide. But how can you when you're on Mouse and you're just dealing that much damage in an AoE area? It's just the lockdown, the minus armor is just going to be too much for them to handle, honestly. The supports will just completely melt.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree. Their only choice is to try and find better trades off. But they also know if they buy some time and they get that clutch item up on Loader. And I'm talking to Rapier right now, because for me, this is the only thing that's going to save Alliance. They must have a Divine Rapier, which means they need the income from these towers. They won't care if they lose a tier 2 tower in bottom lane. The tier 3s and racks are the more important ones. If they lose those, then they're in trouble. But fighting from inside their base, that's not a problem for Alliance, because they're going to be on a split push, and now it's even longer for mousesports to push in. They do some damage, and that forces the TPs back. And they know that. Like Loda, you'll mop up the mess right now. The tier 1 tower will go down in the middle lane, and that's extra cash while Nature's Prophet pushes on the tier 2 tower on the top lane. This is okay for the sacrifice that Alliance is making. They know time is basically their enemy. They need some extra time. Admiral Bulldog, oh really? Is he going to juke this? Is he going to TP out RP? But he'll just TP again. Nate will jump out. There might be. There is. There's enough damage. He tries to sprout and push him away, but it's just not possible. Admiral Bulldog goes down the off lane.
Another solid pickoff, and what I thought was going to be happening, though, was going to be trying to go into that Roach Pit after pushing in that entire bottom lane, but they just did not do that. They would be able to spot it with this tiny ward, too, with the vision area, which is very, very interesting. Would have been able to spot it, but that is just going to be delayed a little bit longer. Going to be kind of just waiting for more of an opportunity to play it safe, or at least a successful team fight to be able to go in and just try and snag that Roche to be able to go on the high ground of the Alliance base. So just buying time for that currently. We're going to continue to see here. That is going to be the esl-tv for Black.
And he is just getting so fat. And the man's even slimmed down that he's that fat. It's crazy. And Loda, well, he has 3,600. He has 3,600, and it's a decent creep wave coming in through the top lane for him to farm up. Now he has 3,800. This really is... and you know he's going to go. He's going to make it very obvious he's going to go it as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a stretch. You got to go. I guess you'd have to go for it in this situation, especially considering how far behind you are. And it doesn't really look like it through the numbers. 13-7 right now, 28 minutes into the game, but still, this is kind of a last-ditch effort right now for Loda to be able to get some form of DPS out on the map. And
Bulldog, he found Loda. He's got 4k gold of unreliable on him. Lets the call down off, and then, well, Fade Up does the right thing, moves up around the side. There's Joe from Woods, Ice Path as well, catches Admiral Bulldog at the same time. S4 wanted to help, and now it's going to turn from 1 kill into 2 kills. Macropie, Admiral Bulldog had to walk to the side, and now he'll burn. The Liquid Fire is only level 1, but it had enough to tick him out. And he also threw an Urn Charge out to help, but the 15-7 now, at the same time as S4. He's being hunted. Black,
couldn't get there in time, not enough. They're going to be able to spot that too. Inside of the top lane, that's going to be Mouse pushing in the tier 2 tower. And really they just have to look on in doom as Loda, their main source of DPS, is just sitting on the sidelines.
He doesn't want to have to buy him back either. This is really important. If Alliance want to hold this tier 2 tower, it's going to come down to what the rest of his teammates can do. Actually, now the time has passed. The creep wave's out too far, and they've still got the glyph up and running. So there'll be no problem with that at all.
Gonna be waiting gem right now on BGM.
I love this Shadow Blade on Mag. I absolutely love it. Moves around so freely, and because they're already basically walking around with gems up on Makes, there's no surprises that come the way of Magnus. I was like, oh, there's a sentry ward there. Let's be careful about that one. Admiral Bulldog pushing at the bottom lane. Nature's Prophet might throw an ultimate out in a moment. Black just has to beat down the tower. Can they try and hold him here? Black's a long way up. And with that Assault Cuirass, no one even wants to touch him.
No, not at all.
But then again, he falls back. Admiral Bulldog is still down here on the bottom lane, giving it momentum. And the TP actually comes in from Mag. He's searching for the kill. I don't know if he's able to find it, though. Looks like he skewers into a tree line. It's like, well, maybe he was still here, but very, very wise time for Admiral Bulldog this time around to fall out.
Yeah, he's going to just have to back up, sadly. So that's going to be all the exterior towers right now for Alliance just being completely given up. Going to be going for kind of like a last-ditch effort, I should say, for Alliance here inside the middle lane. You got the smoke going. You got the Sacred Relic on Loda.
Yeah, I think we're looking at Roshan, man.
Yeah.
Prophet's going to TP in. They're not looking for kills here. Admiral Bulldog reveals the fact they were smoked up, but they just walk inside the pit, and Admiral Bulldog can TP himself in him. He just created a whole bunch of new trees. EGM's having a scout out with his own ward. There's another Invis rune as well, possibly the most redundant rune for Nyx to pick up. But they need the tank of the trees. They really need the tankiness of the trees. Black, in the meantime, is just farming them all up. And he's getting all this cash, too, because of the Radiance burn. EGM is getting very, very close right now to Alex. And they still haven't finished the job, but they're going to do it right now. Roshan. And this actually now makes the Divine Rapier safe.
It is.
Because if he's able to farm that 2,400 gold within the next, 2 minutes... It's a tough ask, but
it's gonna be a stretch.
Because he's got a 6-minute window. Loda's got a 6-minute window right now on that Aegis.
And they're gonna definitely want to try and take the team fight. So that is gonna be the green line for Mouse here to just push up into the top lane, knowing full well what you can definitely do with that gyro and the Divine Rapier. So he's gonna continue to push in the bottom lane, that being Loda. And right now, already knocking at the door, Black, activating his ultimate, gonna start knocking on that tier 3.
Had to be a fortification. Only way to slow this one down. Nature's Prophet could also throw an ultimate, but he's trying to push out the middle lane instead. Get that pressure off, but Black, he just takes it like a man. Tier 3 tower is gone, and now he goes on the melee rack. EGM with the first stun. S4 has a double damage. Let's rack with the follow-up stun as well. And Black will cover a little bit of damage to this one. Oh, blink the skewer. EGM put up the spike Carapace the second he realized it. Now Mana Burn, well, level 1 stall, best thing in the world. LOL, Puck throws the element down. Quashka, he's got rage, he can just walk himself out of this one, but he decides to stick around. S4, he just keeps playing this field around until he finds finally Fader up on the high ground. That'll bring him down. Then Loader, pick up, throw down. Admiral Bulldog still here in the mix. Ice Path's gonna miss. EGM, very visible right there. Spike Carapace though holds out the 3 Euros until Quashka says, screw it, I'll still come in nice and close. Admiral Bulldog with the sprout down, and Black, does he just destroy the gem, is sitting there on the deck. They need an opening, but mousesports, they're just brute forcing this. Another Lashrak done, Lightning as well. Loader, he still doesn't have this high amount of good scalding, but he's going to go down right now, but the Agassi model will pop. Admiral Bulldog to follow it. Pass, what do you get this time? He stole 4 points up in the Illusionary Orb. Skewer up, they want Loader, and they're going to pick him up. Triple kill right now for the Nakes. And this is on the edge of a GG. S4 is still playing them around. Alex needs one more hit to kill him off. Silence as well. And Loader, he's come back. It's an ultra kill, however, for the Nakes. RP from Fader. They turn around. Black, he's throwing out the stun right now. He throws on a Loader. This is GG. This is so GG. Well played. mousesports. They took all the momentum after that big fight in the bottom lane, and they never let up. They break the base just over 33 minutes in. They're going to be so happy with themselves right now. Alliance, who were the shoo-in. What was the betting ranking? Was it 18%?
It was like 12. It was 12% right now for Mouse at the beginning of this game. Perhaps we could be seeing a little bit of a change for that, honestly, because after seeing how dominating right now Mouse was after that game, very, very solid gameplay. Yeah. Seriously.
That it was, man. That it was. That is probably the biggest surprise of today. That was the biggest surprise today. The mousesports came out, and that wasn't just to come out and like, oh, it was a close game. Alliance was really playing well for that one, and then mousesports, they just played better kind of thing. Mousesports, they played really well, and the space was given to them. The space, I thought during a moment, though, that Alliance was starting to get their own space. When the Gyro was getting up there, they tried to throw all their eggs in one basket and get that Divine Rapier up and running. But the S and Y took a very long time to build as well for Loader. The stack, like even just losing those last 3 of the Ancients, that was still gold that he needed. Because he was so close to having that 2400 at that time, and it just didn't work for him.
Yeah, what should have been like early on with Alliance just trying to make sure that Alchemist didn't get any form of farm at all just did not happen. And really, at the end of it, he just had the most ridiculous net worth, which happens when you let him do that. And then he's going to be, 293 at the end of this game. Yeah, 293 CS.
His gold per minute was 828. At the last point of this game up against a team like Alliance, who for me were the big favorites to win this competition. Right now, though, well, we're going to have ourselves a quick break from us, but luckily you get to go over to our lovely co-people that are here, Perry and Flax and Zoe.
Thank you very much. What did you want to say?
He said co-people. Co-people.
Co-pe? What? Fair enough. So, yeah, we actually almost don't dare to make this little break, but that was a very tense game. I'm pretty sure the players will need a few minutes, so we're going to spend those few minutes wisely by taking a look what you have done so far.
Yes, the Community Art Project Outreach Program. And we're coming up with these, we've asked you guys to submit your mascots, and these are designs. This is the first one. This is
a Na'Vi
this is
mascot,
for Na'Vi,
I would say. Yeah.
And we believe that it's Magnus RPing all the other teams.
Yeah, it's basically the person who sent it in said they don't need a mascot because they have Dandy.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well,
that's that one.
It's what are your thoughts about it? How do you like the line work?
I'd say A for effort, but actually no.
What's the
opposite of A for effort? Z for effort. It's a low effort. Okay, let's have a look at the next one.
Okay, that was. Well, I think that was a Absolute Legends one.
Yeah.
I don't really see...
I'm not sure what it is, but I like it. I like looking at it.
I like it too. It looks like nice. Pokemon.
Yeah, it does kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yep, next.
Next one. That was good. That's for Na'Vi.
That is for Na'Vi. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that will make a good mascot.
Yeah, that would be a good courier as well, I think.
It's like a dinosaur squid
thing. So that's that one.
I like that.
This is Rats in the Dark, obviously. I think that's quite cool.
I think they hit it on the spot.
The audience liked that one. That got a good response. This is, well...
mousesports, right?
Mousesports, you see. There's a mouse playing sports. It's almost too clever.
Yeah, it's like almost too much.
Yeah. All right, next.
It looks like proper mid-dunk.
This is...
rox.kis. Oh, yeah.
There we go. That gets a sympathy vote. Well, wait till you see its competitor. Oh, wait. Oh, it's
warning. What is it?
It says, well, I don't know. I don't speak Polish.
Herb
Tak.
Something. Tak. Yes.
Tak or knee? Tak or knee?
Knee.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Sorry.
Save that one.
There's
Rats
this
in
one.
the Dark. This time Christmas themed. It's a bit scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I feel uncomfortable looking at this.
Wow.
Mouse.
Yeah. I think that looks like something a 3-year-old did. I'm checking that one out. Look at this.
There's the other
rox.kis again.
Okay, now we need to talk about this now. Like, which one did you...
The other one is better, obviously.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, someone actually like really went all out.
That's a proper drawing.
It's a proper drawing.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. People seem to like rats.
That one,
Rats in the Dark
that's
is
just
like,
the Navi logo, isn't it?
No, it's a Harry Potter version of Navi. We can see a little lightning going on the top.
Oh, nope, and that's that. Okay. Yeah, well, there we go.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We want to hear something. A little bit of a round of applause for creative people. And I would say this was enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
but still, please send more in.
Yeah.
We want to see more, which
Yeah.
is, but we kind of don't, but we really want to.
Yeah.
So make sure to do so on the Facebook page, facebook.com/RaidCallEMS1, all in one word, or use Twitter at RaidCallEMS1. That said,
Yep.
we will handle it over back to Kawa and Toby 1.
Hi, Kawa. We're back.
Hey, we're back. Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
This is great.
Yeah. I don't know if, are we waiting a little bit longer because mousesports, they managed to just pop off for a moment just to think about the life universe and everything.
Yeah, I would after that one, after that last game. They are not at their computers currently, so yeah, we're just going to be waiting here inside the lobby. Already Alliance is completely set up inside, so we're just going to be doing a little bit of a waiting game.
Yeah, Alliance didn't really move. Like you see them over there, and these are the guys like even losing one game in a best of 3, it doesn't matter if they win the entire best of 3, they're still going to be really annoyed they end up losing that one game. So they've got to look at this right now and say, okay, well, how do we deal with this? Like, is there something that we did that was wrong? Like how do you really analyze the strategy of what happened in game number 1 and then say, well, okay, mousesports, they really outplayed us in this area, or they really did this, or it was really that? Was it just the combination of the two heroes, like having the Mag and the Alchemist together? Because you can't ban against that kind of thing.
No.
The only thing you can kind of do is like just have like your stronger lanes. The gyro, or you just like say, okay, well, screw it. When it came down to it, we made a decision. The decision didn't pan out. Like battling up against like the farm of an Alchemist, up against the farm of a gyro.
Yeah.
It really didn't work out. So where do we really go then? Do we just go back to our kind of game style? Because like mousesports, they almost showed, I don't want to say disrespect, but they disrespected Aki because they didn't ban out the Chen. The Chen was banned out in the last set, of course, but in the first set they didn't really do it. And I didn't really feel like Alliance, that they really played with their kind of strengths. Like they had the heroes like S4's Puck. They had a good gyro for Loader. Like they had really most of the heroes they were already searching for, but just the execution of it.
It just wasn't entirely there, honestly, yeah. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
And what's even more surprising is the fact that in a couple of interviews, actually, with mousesports, they mentioned that their playstyle right now is really, really heavily oriented towards the early game. I have it right here. But they have problems in the late game. And after seeing that, that's...
We never got to late game.
Yeah.
It was one in mid game. Their focus on early was perfect.
Yeah, so right now, playing to that kind of particular style, Alliance has to be key to just how they're going to be trying to do that, because already Mouse right now looking so strong, especially in that portion. They're going to have to draft for that particularly well and smart, because otherwise they're going to just go away with it.
It's funny that actually mousesports said that, because when I look at mousesports, most of the time I say the biggest problem is finding that momentum going in from the mid game.
Yeah, to the late game.
Yeah, but it's actually the problem actually happens in the mid game. Like the problem just doesn't appear in the late game. It's in this mid game where you get the early advantage, and then you never get further than that. Like, it's like, oh, okay, we got all the T1 towers down, and we got like a greatly farmed up Alchemist. Where do we really go from here? Like, how do we get inside the base? That's always the big decision of things that go horribly, horribly wrong, is how the hell do you get inside the base, up and into the tier 3 towers? That's the thing. And, well, mousesports, they showed it. They showed it by having Black walk up and then tank everybody and take out the tower. That was the way they did it in this game. How they'll do it in this game, the first game, in this game, how they're going to do it, I'm actually interested to know. to see how this draft is really going to unfold. As good to see the admins also bringing out the water for the players as we do load ourselves here inside the game. So the game is now started up again. Mousesports returned. They came in a conga line back in. They weren't really dancing, but they'd be as happy as they were if they were in Hawaii dancing with Valve.
They would be after that one, yeah.
Now they will be. So let's check out our draft, man, because this for me is just so important. S4 now has the first pick, first ban, and it is in his hands how this wants to progress. Does he try and bait through the Wisp, or do they try and go for something where one more game lost and Alliance are out? That's the way this competition works.
Yep.
Mousesports just need one game. Every other game we've had today has been a 2-0. Every other game has been a 2-0.
I've got to say that would be a massive upset if Mouse were to be able to pull this off right now with a 2-0, something nobody would be expecting right now. They'll be able to do so.
There were 13% of people who were expecting it.
Yeah. So those few, we definitely do have to count them. So already starting off with the bans here, that is actually going to be Nyx taken out for Alliance, not wanting to give that away. And also...
This is a Lone Druid. This is not from S4, though. S4 won't ban it. If he's going to pick Lone Druid first, then Wisp will be banned up right now.
That's got to be Mousesports, man.
Well, Mousesports will love the Wisp. If S4 really wants to get that Admiral Bulldog's Lone Druid, then, yeah, that's the risk he has to take. He has to ban out the Wisp, but then Black will say, well, I know exactly what he's going to do, and I'll just ban out the Lone Druid. So S4 maybe he's got to decide, is it worth the Wisp coming into the pool? Or do we even go for something which they tried before, and that's going to go like aggressive tri lane, try and bait out and use Leshrac, Tree and Protector, as well as like a +1 to go up on that top lane. But that also means they still need Admiral Bulldog. They need his bear to make so many different combinations work. And they ban the Keeper of the Light. Okay, now things get interesting.
That opens up a couple possibilities.
Wisp or the Lone Druid now get through. Black has to decide which one. Because if right now, if S4 wants to pick up the Wisp as the first set, which I really don't see him passing up, it means that he has to then go up against a Lone Druid. And Black is actually a very, very decent Lone Druid player, and he'll take it on the safe lane. But Black has to make that decision. I'd love to see the... Actually, I'm looking over right now to see the expressions on the faces of Mousesports. They're really grouping up around... Well, I'm not saying they're really grouped up. Actually, it looks like there's only like 3 or 4. Paisley, of course, always the manager behind. He's like, yeah, Black.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to do that. That is unfortunately going to be Wisp.
Okay, so
Wisp.
Black didn't want to take the risk at the end of the day. But this is now S4 basically saying, okay, I can get your bear, and we can go with our normal strats. I don't see them really passing it up unless they want to go the Chen. But that means they will not get the bear. And that's the other problem that the Mousesports have got. Because I'm talking about bear now coming up. They go the Magnus.
Oh. Surprisingly enough, yeah, I thought we were actually going to be seeing that Lone Druid being picked up for Admiral, but no. That, interestingly enough, is going to be S4's Magnus, man.
I'm really surprised at this one because, like, we're not seeing that element of push. It's pushing it into an element of team fight now, having the mag up. And at the same point, too, you're picking up the mag at the first point. And the mag at the first point means that now Mousesports is saying, well, we can pick up either the Puck, we can pick up the Queen of Pain, we can pick up the heroes which Magnus hates to play against before you're capable of banning them out.
Yeah, the Queen of Pain especially being one of those nasty heroes to go up against as a Magnus, so that is still available to Mousesports right now.
Yeah.
Really wouldn't want to go against that, unfortunately, so they still have that at their disposal. We do also have Furion with the split pushing.
That's true. Of course, we could always just add the next thing in saying, like, if it's meant to be Furion or not for, like, Alliance, because Admiral Bulldog also plays Magnus. Before he got nerfed, Admiral Bulldog played Magnus actually a hell of a lot as one of those, like, heroes he was trying to learn for the offlane. And still to this day, like, he plays it every now and then. But if Alliance want to run an aggressive tri-lane on bottom, they can leave Mag up on the top. So we can't actually instantly assume that this Magnus is going to be a solo mid, even though S4, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to have that. And now Bane, this is in preparation to let the Nakes through.
Yeah.
They're not going to pick up Nakes. Oh, man. Are they going to give S4 the Wombo combo? It's actually going to be the Lone Druid as well as the Nakes that can come the way here. And S4, he's going to like take the question right now. Does he want the combo that almost every single team wants? Yes, that's the answer.
They do want that.
He's not going to let it go through.
So already, yeah, Alliance looking really nice at this beginning portion of the draft with that Nakes to be able to just kind of farm around, get up his items flexibly, being able to go around and just bash on people. That's going to be making it very difficult here for mousesports. And also, just Admiral Bulldog's Lone Druid, you don't want to go against that in the early game because he will just be absolutely disruptive to any form of thing you try to throw at him. Honestly, he will be pulling with that bear. He will just... It will just not be a good time. I guess that's the best description I could probably do for this.
This is going to be really difficult for mousesports. And the problem is, like, they've got Nature's Prophet and Bane. Now, Bane is great at controlling up the Nakes, but at the same time, when the team fights start to happen later on, he can't control both the Nakes as well as the Lone Druid Bear. And he cannot control what the Mag is then going to do to him. And we're talking about enfeeble control, we're talking about nightmare control, we're talking about Fiend's Grip. That's the control we're talking about from Bane. Anti-Mage to pick up from mousesports as their last one. I'm really not sure about this one for mousesports. Like, Blackie is an amazing anti-mage player. This could just be them looking for security. But at the same time, you look through the Alliance roster, and you say, oh, okay, they could destroy towers, all the outer towers, in probably like 15 minutes. If they get a Chen and a Leshrac. If they get those two put together with everything else they've got, mousesports may as well just call the GG before we even start. Because they don't have counter push. Keeper Light was taken out. There's your Chen gone, so we're not going to be in that position of calling GG after draft. But it's something where mousesports require time for both Prophet as well as Anti-Mage. Like we saw Prophet in the last game, and the Hand of Minus took him 15 minutes to get up and running.
That was really late, yeah.
Yeah. So and then Anti-Mage as well. Like Anti-Mage, you still always will look for the Battle Fury build. And because they don't have the Magnus on the mousesports lineup, they don't have the option of Anti-Mage going into like a big damage dealing item and then having the Empower buff up. So you're missing these other options right now. And if Alliance actually want to go all out, and they throw the Nakes like in the jungle, the Lone Draw, the long lane, the Mag, and the solo mid, and they still pick up something like a Juggernaut, so they get another like healthy farming kind of hero. Their options open up even wider. And now S4 is banning everything out against that middle lane. It's still heroes that will go up against the Mag, though. So it doesn't reveal anything about their other lanes, about what they're trying to ban out. While Black definitely puts a stopper. Leshrac is going to be his last ban, too. Enchantress and Chen being removed.
Yeah, that would definitely be... I wouldn't be surprised if that would be the next bans, honestly. And still, it would seem that I think Alliance would want to probably pick up something more like the Lina, honestly, for EGM. We still need to see him picking up something for his support. Also, the Rubik is still in the pool. The Rubik is also definitely an option that they could, in fact, go for.
It's difficult, though, with the Rubik in my mind, because they've already got enough control. They've already got enough controlling abilities. They want to find stun and push. Rubik could still work because he'll have an initiation, and that's something which, like, until Mag gets a Blink Dagger, they won't really have one. But if Rubik can get that early level 6 and steal the Blink off the Anti-Mage, then they'll have more options.
Yeah.
I still think they want to push more than that, man.
Honestly, yeah. Now, it would appear that probably pushing would be maybe more the name of the game because Anti-Mage going later on. Anti-Mage going later on into this with this split pushing is definitely going to be able to outcarry, though they do get the Lina.
Yeah, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Leshrac has Edict and will push down towers. Lina, she's got low cooldown, low cost nukes, area of effect nukes as well. So it already works with a Mag RP. And you have a single focus nuke, which is Laguna Blade. So S4, it could have gone either way. They could look at a team fight potential, which Lina also can nuke down creep waves. You get Arcane Boots up on her, and she can push faster than most other support heroes, actually. And Leshrac is a burst damager, a stunner, and a tower pusher. So it's just two different approaches you have to take. Alchemist, again for the mousesports coming up, but this time it'll be a support Alchemist.
Yeah. I mean, for a second you just see that, and it's like, hold on. We got some greed going on here. But no, that's definitely going to have to be...
Their other option, though, is they run it in the middle lane.
The Alchemist.
Yeah. And Ogre Magi is the final one. It's the bear buff up build of Alliance. They buff as much as they can up that bear. They got the Empower buff, they'll have the Bloodlust, and then just let the bear do the rest of the work. Of course, you don't have the Living Armor in this one, but they've got a great stun combination between Ogre Magi as well as Lina and the Nakes, and this lets them run an aggressive tri-lane, even with the Bane going up against him. And Night Stalker is the final one for mousesports. So the 3 cores...
The 3 cores of mousesports.
It's Alex support, Fader in the middle lane, Black for a solo, and Nature's Prophet... not for a solo. Nature's Prophet for the long lane solo.
Yeah. Really?
But he's not going to be able to run long lane solo if Alliance run defensive tri lane.
Not easily, no. And also,
I don't even think at all. he will not cross this line right here without having some kind of fear of death.
Honestly, yeah, that is the case. And also speaking to that Ogre Magi previously, now Ake going to be the one to pick that up. Really what that does, to be able to get up that Bloodlust very, very early as well, just honestly turns that lone Druid Bear into like a 6th hero, because not only will you have that Bloodlust, you're also going to have the Empower as well. Most likely going to be, of course, going for that armor build for him. So really, it's just going to be a very, very nasty time around, I'd honestly say, the very beginning of the mid-game for Alliance. It's going to be very difficult for Mouse to try and deal with that. They're hoping, though, that right now Fada are going to be able to try and do a lot of work early on and just disrupting during the first night to just kind of prevent that extra farm coming up on Alliance. But it's going to be tough, and already we're going to see Alliance up in the top lane now. Be almost searching there for Black, who already has his poor man's shield.
He's expecting tough times on the top lane, and it's rightly so. It's rightly so. Like Loda, EGM, as well as Aki, you know how much power they're gonna, like, damage they're gonna do. And Bane, very surprisingly too, he goes for Nightmare at level 1. Of all the different things that would allow Blight to come in close, and this probably is also just giving some respect to the combination that is Ogre Magi as well as Lina. So the 2 Fire Wielders, cost 1 lady,
the
1
begins.
Ogre.
1 Ogre Man. Ogre Man, Maggot.
Is an Ogre really a man?
I don't know.
Technically he's 2 men. He's got 2 heads. Yeah. Anyway, meanwhile back at Real World. Dota 2. It's real world.
It is.
The real world.
This is honestly a real world right here.
Yeah.
We're going to see Admiral Bulldog in the bottom lane, just already waiting with the invisibility rune on the Spirit Bear. Be able to just pull that up inside of middle. Yeah, that's going to be S4 going up against Fada.
This is a destroy lane for Nature's Prophet. He can't stand down here. Especially once phase boots come up on that bear. He's basically lost. So the creep aggro pulled over towards the side. This was just smartly done by Admiral Bulldog because he knew the pull was going to happen just in case. And Kochka has this happen to him. Orb of Venom makes it almost impossible for him to stay in close and get this CS, because the bear will just keep doing up the damage and slowly bring him down. And that's the reason actually why Kochka has got 5 sets of 5 tango charges. Obviously he started off with 6. So he's able to regenerate while this bear is unable to do a large portion of damage. Aki as well as EGM. They're coming in to de-wall this one out. The Nightmare's over on EGM. It looks like Black wants to make his run over here. 2 seconds on the stun. Flies out right now on EGM, and Black, wow, nice blink in. Open wounds, it's not there. He went feast level 1. Low's got a body block at EGM, however. Black TP, 5 seconds. 5 seconds is what he needs, and it's going to be too long. EGM, in fact, is going to turn himself around after munching on a tango. And they cannot find that kill on the top lane.
No, don't want to overcommit on that one, so Black is going to back it up another level right now onto the mana break, and we're just going to continue to see the de-warding from Paz as well as Alex inside of the jungle, preventing all that going down.
Because that's what started it all.
Oh, yeah.
it was the de-warding, and EGM gets himself, Nightmare. Aki was already going to start off with his stun. Alex, is there going to be another follow-up stun? Nature's Prophet's TPing in for this one, and this should be the first blood. Aki gets a stun on Black very, very quickly. He gets body blocked on Loda, then a double stun out, but Black drew first blood.
And of all people to get that first blood, definitely want Black for that. Going to be looking very, very nice. And just a nice setup also with that, honestly. To be able to just kind of use that Nightmare to follow up with the max of the Unstable Concoction, really, really going to be able to do work here in this tri-lane. Already starting to see the beginnings of that, though we do have to see Kochka here rotate up into the top lane, which is going to allow Admiral Bulldog in the bottom just continue to farm freely.
Yeah, he's loving this, man. He's absolutely loving this. It's going to be a lone druid with a free lane now. Nature's Prophet, he can't make the right decision just to bail on that one, but it's still 4 heroes coming up 2 minutes into the game to get a kill on one person. And sure, they got it. Like, they got it really nicely. But you get a kill on Ogre Magi. It doesn't stop the Nakes from doing his kind of farm. In fact, Nakes kind of even enjoys the fact that Ogre Magi won't be there, because now he's able to get a little bit more levels until Ogre Magi returns.
Which is good, but still, the first blood going on to Anti-Mage is really going to propel him forward quite a bit early on.
Extra 200 gold definitely does help, but sometimes, like, even the 200 gold, like, a lot of people say, like, you should always get the first blood out on, like, your hard carry.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, in the early stages of the game, getting your first blood in the hard carry actually isn't the best thing. The best thing you can have is actually getting first blood up on your supports. Because with 200 gold, well, back in the old days, you just buy a set of wards, but now you have 50 gold extra. But you can buy sentry wards, basically give you the cashmere to upgrade the courier, and you got like all these different things you can buy up. Extra consumables that help you actually do your job on the lane. Where Black, like, he gets 200 gold, it's like, well, that's 200 gold of an item which is still going to cost me about 3,800 gold. So... fantastic. I'll get there maybe 5 seconds earlier.
Yeah, I'm going to get my boots faster, pretty much. I'm going to be able to be a little bit more mobile in this lane.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're going to get from him. Looks like we've still got some troubles. Night Stalker. We can't even forget about him. We haven't looked, and that is a very troubling thing to actually see being written, that he's unable to connect. Loader being supportive as ever.
Lol.
But that middle lane, like Night Stalker, 8 for 1 up against 9 for 4, there's very little in that. There's very, very little in that one. So, yeah. So we've lost the Night Stalker, and you got us back. Hopefully. Warning about that one.
Yeah.
Hello. Look professional. Oh. Wait, no, wait. I'm pausing. Well done, mousesports. Accidentally hit the button, and, well, S4's on the job.
Still disconnected, yeah. And also we're seeing, Kochka also disconnected and reported also coming out from Admiral Bulldog. So that's happening.
Hey, he's been limited. He's been limited now. Because you're only allowed to report, like, people for one thing, and, like, there's 4 reports a week now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't just spam out those reports. Sing Sing will have a very, very depressing time in his live stream now.
Poor Sing Sing.
Yep. I'll see if I can get a report from him every single week, just so he has to waste them and can't use them everywhere else. So, yeah. I'll actually see like 2 admins sitting behind the computers right now of the mousesports players. And this looks to be a little bit more of a longer delay because we can reload back into it. Luckily, hopefully, if everything works correctly, we can reload back into the game because it will be 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
So nothing really much lost because the kill happened very, very, like, not that long ago.
Yeah.
In fact, getting the exact timing, 2:50 would be nice. We get a Nature's Prophet now, reconnecting back into the game.
That's a good sign. Just waiting for, I believe, Fada is going to be the last person to try and go in here. So.
Yeah, and he's the guy with the initial problem that he cannot reconnect back into the game. So in these kind of stations, like you guys are like, well, we hope and pray that the old kind of things work. So restart your Steam and come yourself trying back into the getting game and see if you're able to connect up. But the call, well, he still tried. You can see him there, the injured man with the blue strap on. That's the cask on there on the team captain Fader.
That's determination right there.
I actually love their positioning with the way they're sitting. Like Alex is in the middle of them all, so it's not the captain who's there. And the funny thing is, it's actually the same over here on Alliance because you see Aki. He's smack bang in the middle of it. Actually, I think Aki's got bigger bags under his eyes than I do.
Oh wow, that's actually that doesn't make any sense. Honestly, let's be honest.
It shouldn't happen.
Right now, also checking on. I actually wanted to check and see like the community bets right now to see if there's any bit of a sway, especially after that first game. Maybe any kind of percentage change in favor of mousesports. Still looking forward here.
I saw a lot of people like betting correctly. So yeah.
We got a little jump.
So it locked at the last point. It locked at the last point when the game started up. So 17% to 83%. Of course, if you do want to go over there and bet on them, all you need is actually a Twitter. And you can just bet in right there. So you've actually got 2 extra bets now to do. One, which is our last game of the night, which will be Na'Vi going up against Fnatic EU. That's at this point 69% going the way of Na'Vi. So it's actually morphed a little bit. It was 66 to 33, I think, before. And rox.kis up against Absolute Legends, and a lot of people are backing rox.kis to win that game. 73% to 27%. But just head yourself over to RaidCall-EMS1.com. And you'll find the place where you just bet. Just click the little match button on the left-hand side, and it'll take you to exactly where you want to go. You can also check out the grid information there, all the live streams which are up, as well as all the brackets and all that kind of jazz. It's it's there for your viewing pleasure. You can also check out my website as well, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice website.
And the joindota.com, yeah?
Yeah, that'll be a nice place to go, man.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to go.
We got a pretty good report, especially on what's been happening here in regards to the tournament. You can check that out. Sun Tzu just posted that, actually, about an hour ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll keep you up to date. He'll keep you up to date with what's going on. One thing which we, as we jump ourselves back to the camera of mousesports, so Fade is still having some issues trying to get himself back in here again. So until that gets sorted out, we're not going to be advancing ourselves forward, obviously, without 5 players. We could go G1 style, but...
No. No, I don't think we're going to be doing G1 style here. We're just going to wait patiently as we pan to the lovely audience.
As they patiently wait.
Oh, there we go. Hey. Yeah. What's up?
Showing the love. Showing the love into the camera. Oh, is it everyone's just got to turn and wave? All right, so Loader's actually asking if it's time to load. You can ask the question, Loader. You can ask the question. Yeah. You don't ask the question to me, though. You ask it to the admins. They're the guys that have to decide. Let's look at the mousesports manager sitting behind the players. First blood was after 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure it was 2:10. I'm pretty sure first blood was 2:10, wasn't it?
2:10. Oh.
It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. Give a nice shout out right now with EGM on the screen. People don't know, so EGM. You have Aki there. And seriously, want to give Aki a Red Bull. Now I know what it's like when people look at the live stream of me after like 10 hours of casting straight. It's like, what the hell's going on there?
Oh my god.
There you go. There's Special 4. Well, Secret 4, sorry. Not Special 4.
Secret 4.
Secret 4.
Secret 4, a la Pyrian Flax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renaming players since 2013. And it shall continue until 2013.
Yeah.
As the players get really annoyed. And there's your lone druid boy down all the way down the end. Admiral Bulldog. Looking focused. Looking also very, very trolly. The guys are having some fun words. The words were even being said before in the lobbies, where Admiral Bulldog was trying to intimidate them before the game began on number 1. All right, so we actually need an admin to come over to our desk to actually say, do we reload this one, considering the reload is done from Kawa's computer?
Indeed, that is me.
Yeah. So if an admin actually wants to reload, he has to come over here and tell us to shut down the game, because I'm not pulling a G League. Which is where I disconnected myself from a game when I thought there was going to be a reload.
Oh.
Yeah. That was good times, man. That was good times. We get flashbacks all through casting right now. So many people on the live stream will remember that one.
All right, everybody disconnecting now. Okay, finally going to be doing this.
Okay. So load time and Kawa now gets to test his skills as a host.
As well as a... Oh, we had Lena just reconnect there.
It's time to host the game, man.
All right.
It's time to host the game. If he's capable of doing so. I don't want to see that, man. I would say give it a second. No. Let's leave game. It should kick you out. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So you create the lobby, hit the load button, and hopefully we get ourselves back in again. Yep.
All right. Everybody joined in extremely fast.
Did you click that?
Nope. Did not click yet.
Click it. You need to.
Well, we got to wait for the rest of the people.
No.
Really? All right.
No.
And we're...
There you go. And now you can select the game. So we get our... we get a game. Oh, yep. There we go. Perfect one you want. And load time. Okay, so we can load at 2 minutes. And the kill's already been awarded at 2 minutes. So that's fine. So we hit load on that.
Here we go.
And we jump ourselves into the correct slot. And we're good to go. Hopefully the load will function the way it was designed to.
Cross your fingers and also put on your logos.
Yeah,
teams.
Alliance, we need your logos. Alliance, we need your logos.
Here we go.
All right. Let's give her a shot. And let's cross our fingers, hope, pray, wishing, hoping, thinking, praying, planning, dreaming.
I'm praying for this one. This one's going to work out.
A load of the night.
Tactical pause, though. We need that pause immediately.
No, it actually automatically pauses when you load in. So the players will actually just hit play. So 2 minutes in, we go to this screen, but it'll then kick us in to the game, and that's exactly where we are. So at this point, it's Loader and EGM retreating from the top lane. Alex, Pass, Kochka, as well as Black right behind them. And yeah, so that's about right. We come back into 2 minutes, and the system works!
There you go.
So it's all about. Let's jump ourselves back inside the game, and the players can resume when they're ready. As looks like there. Yeah, we pray for no bugs. There is actually normally a bug with like Lone Druid where he can't control his bear anymore. So we'll have to double check that one, which is it's a distinct possibility. So we're back inside the game. The kill... That was nicely timed.
That was very nicely timed. Oh, the bear.
Give it a second.
All right.
Give it a second. You know how I said systems working properly?
Yes.
I apologize. I threw nothing over my shoulder. And so hopefully the lag will not continue for long.
Jogging in place currently, waiting 10 seconds until that stops.
The really sad thing is the clock is still ticking down. So we jump ourselves back to the players who are also, as you can see, just lagging up there. So the game is safe to leave. Let's
try one more time.
Well, I wouldn't actually have hit the leave button on that one, but okay. I guess we're going to rehost up again. You have to rehost again now, man.
All right.
So, yeah, hit the load up, do what you did before. And we're going to get ourselves started, hopefully, again. As the rest of us who's tried to reconnect, yeah, the server just disappeared. So that was interesting.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. So back in again, select the time mark again, and
got it.
We're all good. We're all good. Fantastic. Fantastic. So everyone's in. We're into our slots. We're missing a Velat, and we're also missing a Black from mousesports.
We're going to be able to join in here, just waiting patiently. Finally got it all set up, though. Should be good. Should be good to go. Let's not jinx it.
Should be. Should be. See Black just chilling there. He's even looking at... I can see it on his screen. He was looking at the login screen. He was looking at the password was entered. He could see the game, and he hadn't clicked the button.
Yeah, yeah.
Black failing at life and clicking mice. So hopefully he'll get himself in, and there we go. There we go.
All right, starting the game now.
All right, let's give her a shot and see how we go. So we'll find our server, and hopefully nothing is lost again. We reload back in at the 2-minute mark. So it'll be the same scenario as we had before. So the first blood already been dealt in the top lane.
Everybody is ready. Quick lot even in.
Quick load in, and hopefully no bugs. There's our pause, so 2 minutes
Same
in.
Thing.
And loader says all ready to go, so mousesports will hit the go button, and we bring on the gadget. So 3, 2, 1, and let's see if we get further than we did last time. So we load ourselves in. EGM already has a little bit of fun over on the side, and we get further than we did last time. Yes!
That is much better. Thank you, Valve.
Now the system works.
Yes. And we're underway.
Imagine if this was Warcraft 3, Dota.
Oh, I don't. Oh, the memories. No wave, it's bug, no creeps.
Okay. So they're already asking for a full remake, and I'm looking at the I'm getting a nod from the admin, so the admin says yes, full remake. We go full remake. So, Kawa, it's in your hands, full remake.
All right, here we go. I'm doing it.
Fantastic. So we'll get to go all pick mode, and we'll start up again, as it seems no matter how many times we do this, it's just not going to function for us all. As nobody can luckily see the password as it's playing down. I was wondering when they're going to switch that overlay off. Yeah. So everyone connects back in again. There is still a little bit of a lag up. Oh yeah, whoops, I'm in the wrong slot.
There we go.
As we come in, so
Perfect.
all pick mode, all pick mode, all pick mode.
All pick mode.
Yes, all pick mode
All
is
right.
for the win, and there is no advantage. Nah, there is. That one also wasn't added on.
All right, all set.
All right, save your settings and let's go, man. So mousesports Alliance.
Double checking, just trying to see if we missed anything at all here. Everything's just set.
You're 100%, man.
We're good.
You were checked. Let's
All
go.
right.
All right, so let's try this again.
All right.
Let's try this again. I'm down with trying everything twice, maybe even 3 times. In this case, technically, it's we tried it 3 times, then we just started it all over again.
Yeah.
So it's a new time. It's a new start.
Might have been doing a 4.
All right. So there we go. All pick mode. Everybody gets to select what they want to. Obviously, within reason of the draft.
With reason, yes.
It's, take the heroes you were drafted. Always the best thing in the world. Haven't seen any decision about if they will give the first blood over, though. Because first blood was won by mousesports up on the top.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
So that is something to just bear in mind if they do want to just send Well, it was the Ogre Magi that died in the end, wasn't it?
Indeed, yep. And that would be Anti-Mage picking up the Ogre Magi kill up in the top lane.
So they might just sacrifice the hero at the very, very start. Maybe. They don't want to give solo experience to Black. There was actually 5 heroes that were around him at the time.
There was. That was the
heroes.
entire team there, so.
Yeah. So solo experience as well as the first blood kill would be a little bit too much for Black.
Just a little bit.
But it's a full remake anyway. The draft obviously remains the same, and everyone selected the heroes, but of course we do have to remain with the countdown timer, which is there inside Dota 2. And now it's done. So all pick Murray straight inside the game, so a bit of a recap of who's playing what. It'll be Fader up as the Night Stalker going towards the solo mid, Black up on the top lane, and then Pass as the Bane. They're asking if there's any rules for movements. I look over towards the admin to find a decision on that one, and Loader doesn't know, mousesports doesn't know, because Black is asking if you can kill him. That is the wrong person to ask. The people you ask is Ogre Magi. And Aki, we'll see if he'd be kind enough to give his life over.
Throwing it away. Yeah.
I'm not seeing an admin like giving me a decision on this one. So
not yet, no.
I do however, see the admins walking around behind him. So the choice is with them. We will start off the game nonetheless, and Loader just says hi because it's the same movements again. Same movements again. So we still get the tri-lane up on top. S4 still going to say hello, and the walls are going to be planted down. So yeah. It's just the waving of hi, and that is going to be the end of it. But it will be Admiral Bulldog down in the bottom lane as the Lone Druid, mid-solo S4, and then across the tri-lane for EGM up on the top lane.
And just for a second there, it was almost like kind of like a game of chess that would just knocked over, people putting like pieces back strategically. Looks like we're almost going to see the exact same thing happen there as they kind of just posture in the same way. Same item builds, same positions, sentries, wards. I should just say wards. There are no sentries quite yet.
The battle begins.
The battle for the rune. I love it how Admiral Bulldog.
No DD, please.
He's able to block the bear. That's actually a huge thing to do. Blocks with the bear, keeps Snitch Prophet away, and then takes the illusion rune. Obviously, illusion rune will not work on bears. Sometimes it will work, like the other runes will work. But that's actually a bigger thing because Quachka, he would have just sent his illusions down there, maybe pull the creep wave with that one on top of the treants, which he already wants to spam up and pull up the aggro. And yeah, let's get ourselves in the lanes and see how this is going to end up again because all the cards are open again. So mid lane was pretty balanced up. Admiral Bulldog already felt like he had a lot more of something to throw on this bottom lane. He's also changed his build up. He hasn't gone the Orb of Venom. He's gone Stout Shield up on the bear.
That's true, yeah. So just going to be able to kind of deal with more of that damage, obviously. Going to be doing that with that Stout Shield, going to be going against Koshka. Once again, everything's just pretty much as it was before, other than that. We do actually see S4 going for the Empower first, which happened in the previous load, I guess you could say. He did have 2 levels up in the Shockwave as well as 1 in the Empower. Just kind of following through with that one. Be doing nasty amount of damage toe-to-toe with Fada.
It's a nice ability to really go with because you get bonus damage and you get the cleave damage, which is going to, oh man, is this really going to happen again? Centaur stun says no, and then he kills over in spite of it all. Yeah, S4 with that Empower buff up, like he gets it very, very early on, which means also if there's any hero that's going to rotate in, he can also give them that buff. But more importantly, Night Stalker has to come in close to find last hits. And that cleave damage, even though it might be a little bit, it's still something that's there. He doesn't need a skewer because if Fader's going to dive him, he'll just, well, he won't really care, will he?
No, not at all.
He'll get pushed back out and be like, well, I've still got 739 life points. You're not going to eat through those.
Not at all, no. So yeah, that is S4. Doing what he does best, absolutely destroying, of course, destroying lives with that Magnus. So
Nightmare on top. Alex is prepping the stun, and he's going to throw it out pretty quickly on Loader. This actually isn't even just to get a kill. This is just to stop him from being on the lane with Black. Because Black is now finding himself some CS finally. So a 6-0 up against a 6-1. This is really neck and neck. Speaking of neck and neck, it's a run for the 2-minute rune. Invis rune, and S4 just says stuff, and it's not really worth my time.
So we will be picking up that invisibility rune inside of the bottom lane, and that's not an invisibility room, rather a rune. Admiral Bulldog, of course, still doing work up against Koshka. Now picking up that Orb of Venom, so now bringing it back kind of standard. We are past the 2-minute mark. This is good, and also we're seeing the D-warding up in the top lane. Once again, Pass, as well as Alex, could be just D-warding that, of course. So right now, just going to be waiting on who's going to pounce on what, and honestly, yeah, could be seeing some pretty decent stuff come out here from Fada, especially with that invisibility rune. Got the 2-1-1 up for him, so wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a rotation relatively soon. Not too soon, obviously. Got to stay in lane, got to pick up those levels, especially early on to deal with S4, not giving him all that free farm. Because really, if you just give it to S4, he will take it away and do lots and lots of work with it.
I'm really enjoying this top lane from Alliance. They've actually won this top lane. They've won this top lane. And the reason I say that is this Alpha Wolves was just spawned up. 3 minutes it took before they were able to get the first pull up. And now it happens, and well, actually, sorry, second pull. And now it happens. They're going to get counted. Like, already EGM as well as Aki will move over towards the side. And Aki just enjoys this one. Because they find a quick opening. They've already found the levels up. Like, Lena's up at level 3. Alex is level 1, and Bane's level 2. And that's where, for me, they won on this one. Because the levels are already coming the way of Alliance. They're getting it up on their supports. And Alex, as well as Pass, they're not getting what they need from the side camp. Now they're going to try and get what they need from Loda. Throw the stun out there, but very quick rage. The timing from Loda was perfect. Black also getting stunned up. Too far in there. Acid Spray not making this too easy. And
jump in.
This time it's worth it. This time it's definitely worth it for Nature's Prophet. And that Brain Sap able to get the last hit in, and they bring down Loda. Such a better kill than what happened last time when all they got was the Ogre Magi.
Very nice rotation once again. In another load from Koshka coming in there to just seal the deal with that kill. Also with the Acid Spray being up early on with the armor reduction of 3. Just really made sure that just happened right off the bat. So good pick up there. To be able to do quite a bit with it as we see the rest of them start to rotate back to their previous lanes. Black now picking up his Ring of Health. Just going to be trying to look for some way with that health regeneration to stay in lane to try and pick up as much CS as possible. But really, when you're dealing with Admiral Bulldog's bottom lane, who's now 33 and 15, sorry, that's pretty difficult to say the least.
And again, it was Koshka who went out and first hit Entangle. Admiral Bulldog gets the bear on the front side. Remember that Orb of Venom? And he's got 2 more hits from the bear as well as himself if he wants this one. That was the one hit from the bear, second hit from the bear, and then 1 hit from himself. Very easily done. And shows you the power of having that very early Orb of Venom up there. Even without the phase boost, you're still able to chase.
Also now level 7. So he's going to be able to pick up that true form. Also going to be able to deal.
RP. Yeah. You can see the nice look of Force back just a little bit further. But S4 doesn't want to throw the RP out, because if he throws the RP out, then coming into the first nighttime, he does not have that option.
Yeah, and really trying to save that for a little bit. Being conservative with the RP is going to be very nice, especially when we are going to be seeing a lot of aggression come out here from Mouse, most likely. Obviously, Fata going to be able to rotate around and just deal a lot of damage up in that top lane. EGM right now, as well as Loda, trying to just help him out, give him a little bit extra room.
Again? Really? And he puts himself inside the Sprout with the bear, and he even gets an entangle at the last point. So now there's 2 solo kills as well for the Lone Druid. Up to level 8, not to mention the farm which he's now got up.
Admiral Bulldog's RNG.
And Black already stunned up too. He's going to blink himself away from this one. He knows it. Or maybe not. There was no follow-up stun from Aki. He's a little bit too further back. And there's phase bruise up on the bear. This bottom lane is gone. This T1 tower will melt. And the only thing that will stop this from, maybe mousesports. They're coming top lane, they're coming in force. Nightmare goes off on 1, and that's going to be stolen off by EGM. So Lowe's trying to get himself out of this one safely, not going to happen. Alex follows up with another stun. Mousesports,
wow.
If they can't win the bottom lane, if they can't win the middle lane, they go 5-man Dota and go top.
And they do just that, securing more kills here, and a really important one, Lifestealer being taken out there, really going to delay a lot of that DPS that they're going to be wanting to look for. But unfortunately, that is going to be the tier 1 bottom, taken out by Admiral Bulldog solo.
This is...
What?
This is Tradie McTrade, man. This is still low, like he comes back up towards the top lane. They've still managed to slow down Black.
Denied.
Black has 26 CS, now trouble in the middle lane too. Nighttime farming of heroes is what Fata's going to do best. Acid Spray's there, Skewer, he picks up Fata, RP as well, trying to hold him in position, then bottle up, get back range to the tower, S4. Able to survive, and the nighttime gank didn't really cost him that much as far as mana goes, but it is, of course, that rotation already out, which means Loda gets more space, and Lone Druid still farming up on bottom lane.
Yeah, the commitment from that going to be a little bit sad. Though, S4 being able to use that defensive RP to get away, very, very nice. Magic Wand going to be going up onto him, already with the Arcane Boot, so mana not going to be too much of a problem here. Too much going to be looking for the Blink Dagger next, obviously, and up in the top lane, Black continuing to kind of do toe-to-toe, right-clicking both each other right now. Have to just wait a little bit longer to see some of those core items go as we see Alex continue to pull here. Just creating a little bit extra room for Black. CS-wise, Black doing about 32 and 6, but still he is pretty far behind Admiral Bulldog, even S4. So
Fader, he comes in for the rune. Courier's here as well, and he wants that 8-minute rune full bottle, and 8-minute rune spawns on bottom. Taken by Bear and it's double damage. So nulled out. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, looks like trouble for Loader. No infest available. Same time, Nighthawk is going to die in the middle lane, so they up on the top rune, so they're still able to do that one. Loader, not quite sure if he'll die from this one. Yeah, he will. Just enough mana left with the stick charges. The pass was able to get that last bit of a brain sap off. And Nighthawk died right on top of this rune right here.
Yeah, they do a 1-for-1. S4 was there with EGM as well as Ake. Just the constant stun over and over was able to lock him down, and he just completely went out. So that's going to be a smoke gank actually coming up here for these two as they try to rotate what would probably appear to be inside the middle lane.
Give her another shot, but there's extra heroes coming down. Night Stalker as well as the Nature's Prophet are here in the mid.
They're doing a good job creating a distraction though for Admiral Bulldog because he's continuously just working up that armlet. He's already got the Helm of Iron Will.
I love too that he doesn't even take the approach of what happened in the previous game. Like when Alchemist gets a whole bunch of farm, he goes, yeah, I'll go Radiance. And Admiral Bulldog at this rate, he would have had like the Relic up in like maybe like 2-3 minutes. It would be a very, very fast Radiance for him. But instead, he says, you know what? No, I'm still a team fight man. I still want to push down towers. I'm going to go with my normal build. So we see Armlet, probably see Maelstrom, probably see Basher.
Likely that's going to be on the way. Still not a whole lot of levels going on to Ake yet. Still hanging around inside the middle with EGM. Still trying to create a little bit of an opportunity for S4, but it is nighttime, of course. Fada going to be playing super conservatively compared to what it would be during the nighttime, and they are starting to go right now on S4, who's very low. Going to be able to just kind of back away.
Thank you. I don't think he doesn't want to leave, though.
No.
He even gets a salve so he can remain on the front lines. But at the same time, Black now brings a creep wave in range of the tier 1 tower on the top lane. Won't do much damage though because the Radiant creep wave will also arrive, but this just shows you that Nake's abandoned the top lane. He did not want to be... Wait, what the hell is he in?
That's a creep, yeah. He's actually was trying to go for a bomb there onto Fada, but he just kind of rotated around.
EGM trying to play around with the Alchemist too, with the regen rune on the top lane. And now there's Nace jumping out. Surprise, RP, skewer him out of this one. He maybe needs to. He needs to skewer down just so he stays in range. Remember, close range skewer, just get that extra slow. A nice slave out by Lina. They were running out of damage just then to finish the job. The Black TP's in. S4, burn out of mana. Prophet Oddly as well. Lows on very, very low life. He's going to be very, very careful here. With pass as well, Animage. Okay, so there's one ulti out there to kill off the Magnus. And Loader. One more hit, Black blink in 5 seconds time. Then the open wounds try and slow him down. He's in range of the tier 1 tower. EGM look for a stun. They're both caught inside the sprout here of Quatrica, and maybe they can follow through this one. More trees, so diving on the tower. TP's coming back in from the Magnus, who just bought back into the game. So Shockwave may do some damage to Nature's Prophet, who's very, very low on mana. So no TP out just yet. It's also on cooldown, hence the reason for no TP out. But a buyback that achieves nothing at the end of the day for S4.
Yeah, though Ake and EGM, though, were able to kind of create a distraction for Loader to be able to escape there, because honestly, you could have gone in there. One right click and Loader would have just completely been gone. So just being able to do that was really, really nice. Though the S4, yeah, buying back kind of was a little bit more than it should have been. Buying off, and Mouse inside of the bottom lane. Now they're starting to see, oh yeah, there's Admiral Bulldog down here. So they're going to be trying to kind of chase him down, and he will be spotted, sadly.
It's actually a smart positioning from the Bear. Alex wanted to initiate straight away, but because this Bear was just off on the side,
yeah,
Bulldog knew that if he was even half close enough, he'd have vision on the other side of the tree line, so a smoke egg was never going to work on him. Because he was farming up in the lane or soaking up the experience, it was fine for him. Just like a gank should never really work on Loader now. Loader hits the level 6, that's finally the level he's been searching for. Because now he'll have his infest up and running. Obviously he already had used it in the middle lane before, but this allows him to offlane. This allows him to offlane and not instantly die.
Completely. And yeah, Black here just picking up his Perseverance, which is going to be very, very key. Ward's also going up inside of the middle lane, just giving extra vision for what could be going on. A gank obviously would have been something that happened during the nighttime, but no, they just kind of go about their merry business. As we see EGM here kind of smoked up again, looking for those levels. Both of them actually are the same, kind of fishing for Fada to overextend here, try to go in and get a stun.
Oh, that'd be a decent overextension, man.
Oh, they go for it.
Oh, there's your RP, skewers him up and pulls him in range of Aki. So one stun, follow-up stun, slave, and then damage, not enough. Bottle charges up, even Bane comes in for a nightmare. Alex already channeling up now for this unstable concoction. Throws off an Aggie, brains that, and they get a return kill. Slave!
Whoa, that was a close Slave right there. Nearly being taken out.
There's still going to be a trade-off, one support for one support, but Admiral Bulldog, welcome off the bottom lane. He comes in towards the mid lane. Same time, Black tries to add some pressure towards the tower. Double kill for Fader. Comes in at the last point and gets a revenge on Lena, who almost took his life. That animation actually looks right for the hip. Top lane TP, double TP. Ake, what the hell is that one? Aki. First hit, skew up.
Into almost nothing.
You can't go down there anymore. You couldn't do the one, you can't this one. Koshka hiding inside the tree line, then Aki comes in, clubs him to death, quite literally. And EGM also comes to join him up.
So that's what happened.
Trade's going all around right now. Koshka a little bit overextended there, seeing the TPs, just couldn't get out in time, unfortunately, and that's going to be Black kind of hightailing it out of there, sadly. Loda now also bringing it back up into the top lane. It's looking like everybody from Alliance rotating up here really want to take out that tier 1 tower.
Tangle. Black able to finish his TP in time. And he realized what you're just saying, like everyone's coming up towards the top lane.
Yeah.
TP's out in the bottom lane and says, well, I'm going to farm down here because you already knew that with Admiral Bulldog, with mana farm he's got early on, with the armlet, it was only a matter of time before we could say, okay, let's take down all the outer towers. So this is the last tier 1 tower remaining. And Alliance haven't lost any. They might lose one here in the mid, unless they're going to mass TP themselves back in for this one. Fortification already being used too.
And no, they're not going to commit to it though.
Yeah, they will. Admiral Bulldog is TPing in, but he's bringing also Nakes inside of his own bear. So he's looking for an opening right now. Bear gets one entangle. Alex could be it. Bear too far away. There's already the bear being recalled. That wasn't the plan. That seriously wasn't the plan, but he needed the bear. Needs an entangle on Fader, who moves so fast during this nighttime. But Bear with phase boots, now coming off cooldowns. So now the extra movement speed. Pass comes in. There's your entangle up on Fader. And the Phoenix grip is out right now on Admiral Bulldog. And then a quick entangle again. Pass held in position. Nice Sprout is keeping only the bear there in range. So Loda cannot instantly finish off Pass. Now he'll do the job. In fact, Admiral Bulldog comes in for the paw swipe. Now they move on to Fader. He'll lose his life. Another entangle coming out at the end of the day. But also at the same time, Mag also on the sideline. So double kill for Admiral Bulldog. More farm for him.
And in the bottom lane, Black was able to kill that tier 1 tower. So being able to just create a distraction was nice. But at the end of the day, that was a pretty big loss, sadly, for Mouse inside the middle lane. Black even closer to getting that Battle Fury. Be able to pick up that Claymore as well. So just, yeah, being able to create a little bit of room for him, it was nice, but, you know, they gave up quite a bit for it.
Remember what we talked about with Battle Fury, though. Battle Fury is like only the first item. Black is one of the very few anti-mages out there that still want to go for the treads before just going like for a raw Battle Fury. And he does it every time. There's no change with this. He always goes the treads. There's never a change on that for him.
Going back.
Something which is still struggling for Mouse though is Fader. Like, look at his farm, man. It's so low. 46 for 9, it doesn't actually look too bad on it. But when you got 3 deaths to your name, and you've just managed to go through, what was that, 2 nighttime cycles already?
This is, yeah. That second one, kind of not a whole lot to show for it, sadly.
And then you have heroes like Admiral Bulldog who come in and now I believe actually, no, he hasn't finished at the Basher. His bear was back at base but didn't pick up the Javelin.
Radiant's top tower is
under
under
in the bottom, actually picking up phase boots and the drum. So yeah, we're starting to see Alliance now pull ahead quite a bit now, 4K in their advantage, and also the experience just with the team fights, being able to keep up with that now, 1,500. So doing good in that regard. And right now, yeah, we're just going to continue to see these heroes, these core heroes, Loda, to continue to farm up, grit up a couple more of those core items.
And even though it's 8-8, it's just crazy to think that mousesports are behind by 2,000 experience. It shows you how little they're making of their lanes, like putting 2 people in mid lane, 3 people up on top, and leaving the bottom lane all to Admiral Bulldog. Like that kind of stuff, it can't happen. It's given too much advantage here to the wonderful boys from Alliance. Because now you get like the 2 points up in RP for S4. Aki's walking around at level 7, so he's got multicast and the 4 points up in the Fire Blast. And then EGM, he's also got Laguna Blade up and running. You have all these supports with really good levels. Because it's the same kind of thing on mousesports, like you got 7.5 levels up right now on the Bane. But you look at the difference between Admiral Bulldog at level 13 and the Animage at level 11. Shows you the difference right there. And S4's going to come in. He's got a Nakes, will then pop off the Infest, and that means they bring down the creep wave at least.
At the very least, yeah. That has been a force. Koshka back. He's also going for the Claymore. So a Lothar's with that Midas. is currently in his inventory, or at least the Lothar's will eventually. Basher now also on
Look for the opening.
Bear.
Look for the opening. Alex comes around the corner. Where's Aki? He's looking for an opening still. Hearing a nightmare off on the side. Looks like it was on the bear. That's a big, big bear with a bloodlust level 2. No one wants to come in close to that one. And rightly so. If that bear gets an entangle, you know you're dead.
Just completely. Yeah, they'll be able to just right-click you down. Then you're also going to have the Basher to deal with as well. So not really wanting to deal with that at all. As well as that level 2 RP that you were mentioning before. And he just picked up the Blink Dagger. So right now, initiation-wise, Alliance definitely has a pretty distinct advantage in this as they continue to push in the tier 2 tower. That's kind of forcing Mouse's hand, though they're not going to commit to it. They don't want to defend this one, and that's sadly going to be
under attack.
what is going to be appearing to be, yeah, the end of the tier 2.
It's going to be a trade, though. Tier 1 tower in the middle lane, the Black will take.
Oh, yeah.
With the help of Nature's Prophet, and that's, yeah, tier 1 for a tier 2.
Yeah.
Black wants to keep pushing, it's the worst thing he can do. Alliance already want to enter the base. They know they're strong enough to do so. They want to force everybody back, as the spray never makes life fun. But then the bear just sits on the front lines. It can take up all the damage. There's a resummon of that one still left. And they've already taken half the life here off here of the tower. And there's no fortification for the Dire side. It is not available right now. So if Alliance want to, they can actually take a Rax right now. The bear's lost a lot of damage and now lost all of its life. But they bring down the tier 3 tower. And they can keep on going in.
Yep, they're going to continue to do so. Bear summon once again, another 2 minutes to cool down for that, and Admiral Bulldog just hammering away at that bear.
And Black's got TP back. He wants to finish the tier 2 tower, but it's not going to happen. In comes Fader with a double damage rune. Lets off already one void out in EGM, so there's no follow-up stun from this one. And then maybe Entangle on Fader. RP catches out 3 on the back end. Shockwave to go through them all too. A quick short range skewered from S4. He's going to bail himself out this one. Then Admiral Bulldog just moves the bear up. It's a double kill for him already. Trying to resummon on that bear so it didn't get stunned off from the blast, which was successful. And then pass, double multicast. Bulldog just wants the tower though. Maybe a hero. Basher works. Still no entangle. Still no entangle. Still no entangle. Doesn't need it. Triple kill for him. Back to Rax. And this is actually... There's still tier 2 towers up. So it's only 1 Rax, but it's still 1 Rax before the 20-minute mark.
That was a really good pickup as well coming out from the Night Stalker. Honestly, being able to just come in there and immediately eliminate Lina from that, that could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse for mousesports. Unfortunately, they still do lose the barracks, which is a big problem when you're looking at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just really troublesome right now. For mousesports to be so far. Like, they still, like Alchemist wants to find farm. He goes Medallion, so we see the normal build from Alex for this one. Black, he's got the Battle Fury, but as always, like he's got no access to his jungle. And not to mention no access to his jungle, he wants to be farming the top lane while farming up his jungle at the same time. But the top lane creeps now give less experience and less gold. And this is the worst lane that they could have Black on. He has to tank up more, and he gets less experience, less gold, while the rest of his teammates still try and find more from all of this, but you know, as they do, then Black has to come and help him out because Admiral Bulldog doing exactly what he's doing right now. All he wants is a tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of support behind him. He'll push the tier 2 tower, and mousesports will not take the risk.
The esl-tv is also following very, very quickly behind that as well. So just in every team engagement, we're going to be seeing just way too much tankiness coming out from the Alliance team, and that is, yeah, they just have to stare in doom as that tier 2 is taken out. Luckily, though, I mean, Black is still going to be able to farm out there, but it's not good because there's that less experience in gold, so he's going to have to move around, try and find some way to find a couple of extra items on him, but the Manta's definitely not going to be coming anytime soon here. Just Alliance is not going to allow it.
Black's in trouble. Blink, RP, Courier's here as well, and now with a follow-up Light Striker Ray. I think
really wanted that kill.
I think Lacuna Blade actually hit before that. They knew the stun was going to wear off. They needed to pop the ulti. It's a 60-second cooldown for, like, it costs a little bit of mana, but she got a big pull, so it's fine.
No, yeah, in that situation, yeah, a 1-minute cooldown is going to be really, really nice. Get the secured kill. That's going to be an even further delayed Manta Style coming out from Black. So it's just going to be, yeah, Roshan rotation here coming out from them. Admiral Bulldog leading the charge. And really...
This could be a very easy Roshan, man.
Yeah, you also...
It's not because of negative armor or anything like that. In fact, that's one thing which Alliance do not have. But they have Admiral Bulldog with a large amount of life points, and it looks like even... oh no, it's just a life leech coming out from Loader. I thought for a moment maybe someone actually brought up a Vlad's to help him out with this one, because that obviously makes Loader even more powerful. Makes it very easy pushing. Aki will TP down the bottom lane to defend it. Fader's already TPing himself out. And this is just now Alliance not able to make a mistake. If they make a mistake, then the mousesports will get back in this game. And an anti-mage from mousesports, it will definitely get back in this game.
Yeah, if you give any opportunity right now for Black to just kind of capitalize on any form of mistake like you were mentioning before, going to be able to get away with it and more. So going to continue to farm up though. Like I said, being picked up in the top lane was not a good thing to help you with that Manta style. So he's going to continue to roam around, look for anything that he can in forms of farm, but that's going to be jungle, and that's not going to be as efficient as you could possibly have it, as we see Alliance now continuing to push back their lanes. They're looking for ways to push in the lanes, but really it's just not happening right now for Mouse. It's so difficult when you're in their position. What do you do now when you are at this point? You have to mostly rely on Anti-Mage, on Black for that DPS. You go for a couple of pickoffs, obviously, with Fada, with his armlet. He does go in there and is going to be able to pick off Ake and Lena like we saw in that top lane exchange, but what do you do now when you're forced to kind of just wait for Anti-Mage?
Well, the only thing you can do is keep the creep waves over the other side of the river, and that's kind of the job there of Nature's Prophet. Well, our Alchemist tries to, well, find some farm in the middle lane while everyone else tries to go jungle, but then Black's also taking that one. So it's getting really cramped on the map. But that was always the plan. That was always the plan of Alliance. Take out the tier 1, tier 2 tower on the top lane, then you can control the jungle. Ooh, hearing an RP, they managed to find one. And that's also a multicaster boost. So Nature's Prophet now goes down, split push out the window, and, well, Aegis Immortal is ticking. It's time to push. Or maybe defend the top lane. S4 comes up here and Black TP blinks himself away. Loda's also making a bit of a run.
Also another amazing item going up for S4. That's going to be a Force Staff. Force Staff going on to him, just being able to force his way in there. Positionally going to be very funny to see, honestly, for a Force Staff RP. Don't really get to see that a whole lot.
The funny thing is, though, is actually because he used it for initiation.
That too, as well, and being able to kind of like get people out of those sticky situations is going to be very helpful. Yeah. Pushing them away.
I remember I was casting a game his the other night, and he basically would like walk up to about here in the middle lane, and then Force Staff up to about here, and then Blink Dagger to about here, RP everybody, and then skewer them back here. That's, yeah.
Nasty. A nasty combination. AC completed now for Admiral Bulldog. They rotate into the bottom lane. Seeing Fada kind of go away there and going to be trying to push in this tier 2. The final exterior tower for them. And really, that's just not going to be looking good, as they're going to be able to, even after this, push into that tier 3, because they still do have that Aegis up on Loda.
And Spirit Bear makes so short work of that tower. Bloodlust now level 4. So movement speed increased by 60% and the attack speed by 50%. And that's with the Armlet, Basher, and AC. And he's also got the Efface boot, so like rack up that movement speed, man. 522 movement speed up on the bear. Beating it down. Fada tries to void silence the bear. Not going to help. Tower's already gone. Alex looking for a good AoE stun. All he can basically stun is the bear, and then he gets entangled. So he stuns himself as well, and Loda, 2 hits, the Nightmare's up there, and Nightmare's not over. Bear stays there, Lena with the slave, able to get the kill. Multicast as well, going on the wrong target. Skill almost about to happen there by S4. But couldn't get the right line, and the bear again attempting. As the spray's there, top lane still pushing him while all this is happening, stun. Akia was attempting it, but he couldn't manage to finish it off. Alright, yeah, Nature's Prophet come back again. RP, catches 2, and then the follow-up. Better attack, nice light strike array. Slave as well, that'll be there to pass, and that'll also be an Anti-Mage flying back into this game, but they really cannot survive much longer than this. Bear will look for a secondary entangle on the second hit he gets, and GG, well played. It will level up. It took 26 minutes to do, but really it was 20 minutes. Once that top racks went down, this game was basically GG. And mousesports will have to go back to the drawing board. They won game number 1. It was a very good victory for them. But here in game number 2, Alliance, they show such great strength. It's really well played by them.
It really was.
It was good laning. It was the heroes they wanted, and it was their kind of style. Game number 1 really did not seem like their style at all.
It wasn't, and a lot of that could be contributed to the fact that, yeah, being allowed the Admiral Bulldog Lone Druid, not a good thing to have that happen, as well as just the Alchemist support just kind of was a little bit underwhelming. It was slightly underwhelming, sadly. You do have the really good early game, though, with that, being able to set up with the Nightmare. You're going to be able to also do that Unstable Concoction on top of that with the early levels, but it just ended up not getting them past where they should have. And at the end of the day, yeah, that is going to be Alliance picking it up 1-1 now. That's what we're going to be looking at.
That is what we're looking at. And of course, what we'll also be looking at next is Zoe and Pyrian Flax as they go back to their community time. We'll be back.
Thank you very much, guys. What an amazing game.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that we're actually going to see a third one for the first time today.
Absolutely,
As we had 2 O's.
We've had 2-0,
twice
2-0, and now we got 1-1. We finally get a game 3.
Yeah, how great is that? And we will give the players some rest, as some of them standing up. They're probably going to, I don't know, powder their noses, whatever they want to do.
No, they're going to go around. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like walking around. That's what people do, apparently. So, yeah, we give them some break, and meanwhile, we once more have some information for you guys, apart from still the mascot thing going on, so still make sure to go creative.
Keep those entries coming in.
Exactly.
And we've got, well, we're going to talk about the community bets page.
Exactly.
Right, there we go.
So once more, we want to remind you that you can bet on those games. So go over to the RaidCall-EMS1.com website.
Yep, that sounds right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Double checked it. Yep.
Yeah, he's just like to check that I'm not like missing out on anything, and I'm so appreciative of that.
No problem.
It's
Anytime.
Great.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm loving it. So yeah, you should go there, and pretty easy. If you head to the main page, you can choose your game. Obviously, choice Dota 2, and when you're on that website, then there is a little tab on top right corner. It should be saying community bets, and there you can see all the bets going on, and you can even like look at all the bets. Like literally, you can see what person betted on which team.
I'd be very interested to see how the betting would change as a result of that first game, because
so am I.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Because it was most of the betting, if I remember rightly, when I looked at it earlier with Toby, pretty sure it was like 70-30 towards the Alliance. I think something like that. Anyway, but anyway.
Yeah, so we will see how that is going to pin out. And you can place your bets. Basically, if we could maybe see on the laptop, there you can actually, on the main side. Yeah. On the main side, there it is. On the main side, you have those little place bets ones.
There you go. That's where you click.
Yeah,
on those things.
This is where we are, and this is where you should go to actually place your bets. And apart from that, we also want to mention that tomorrow evening there's going to be pop stomps all over in Germany, which is a great thing.
Bratwurst and Dotas, I guess.
Exactly. What he wanted to say was sparkly water, a fresh Caesar salad, and some Dota too, obviously. Alcohol.
What's
wrong with you?
I don't know. Yeah. A German beer too is really the best.
It's the best, but alcohol is bad for you kids, so we don't do that.
Stick to the water. That's
Stick to the water. And you can find water at following places. There's it's gonna be a pop stomp in Aachen. We're gonna have one in Berlin. There's gonna be one in Cologne, and I have to cheat. Leipzig. Leipzig is the last pop stomp. So tomorrow evening you can watch the Dota 2 games over there in a pub. I would say. Not much of a better way to watch Dota 2, is there?
As good as it gets. As good as it gets, basically.
I mean, obviously being here right now is better.
Absolutely.
So maybe next time you want to actually come to the event. But apart from that, Pop Stomp is pretty great.
Yeah, they sold out pretty quick, the tickets here. I understand
they did. And we're actually really enjoying the time. It's very intimate. We have a lot of people here. You can talk to them. You can stare at them. It's great. Loving it.
I'm doing all of those things.
we do all of those things. And so next time you come to an event, you can do that too.
Yep.
And we should go to a short clip now, and then hopefully be back with the third and final game of those two teams.
I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait.
So do I. So see you in a bit.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the RaidCall EMS1 Spring Final. I'm used to saying the cups because the cups were just so awesome, Carla.
There was a lot of cups.
Yeah, now 4 cups, and of course the teams qualified. That one got themselves the group stages, then from the group stages got themselves the finals, and now we are here in the third matchup.
This is going to be interesting. Like, after that game, after what we've been seeing so far, I thought we were going to almost see, Mouse do a 2-0, surprisingly. But after that one, after what we saw with the current hero composition of what Mouse was trying to accomplish in that one, Alliance didn't let him get away with it. So really punished them for what happened. They did a very, very good job, very, very almost one-sided for the most part. And Admiral Bulldog,
it was.
Like, Admiral Bulldog was just able to level everything.
But that's what happens when you run a Nature's Prophet up against a lone Druid. You're not going to win that lane on Nature's Prophet.
No.
the only thing you can try and do is abandon the lane, but if you abandon the lane and then try and come back to stop him from pushing, by that point then he's got phase boost up, he's got the Orb of Venom, and he'll dive on the tower, which is exactly what happened. First kill was when he tried to contest it. Second kill was when he basically tried to like hold the tower, and you look at that and you go, okay, can't win the lane.
You got to rotate, and which he did.
And then you rotate top, and then you start leeching experience from everyone else that's up there, and like while the tri-lane didn't work 100% from load up, as far as the tri-lane itself winning, it didn't matter. It really didn't matter with what they did because at the end of the day, Black wasn't finding his farm, and they knew when the Admiral Bulldog's timing would come in, the Tier 1 tower would go, the Tier 2 tower would go on that top lane, and as we've seen so many times, time and time again with an anti-mage, you are incapable of running an anti-mage with a Battle Fury if you have no access to your jungle.
Exactly, and they made absolutely sure that he wasn't able to do a single thing in that, and just losing the map control so fast was just kind of a story and a testament to all that to begin with. So we just saw what happens when you try to give away any kind of farm there. Admiral Bulldog, that happened, unfortunately. We're going to wait now for the teams to come back after a little bit of a break here. Also the internet router.
Yeah, they're
restarting.
We're currently replacing the router, which was,
We don't want that to happen, especially in that second game. Don't want anything like that happening again. That would be horribly, horribly bad. So
yeah, that's not really a great thing. So they said, you know what, game is over. Let's replace the router, and we'll be able to get ourselves back into the game pretty quickly. Of course, we're still waiting, of course, for our internet also to come back here because we're all basically now hooked in through the one router.
That's true.
So we are awaiting the admins to say, you know what, your internet's back. You're good to go, man. You're fantastic to go.
I'm looking forward to it, man. And then after that, we even have Na'Vi
versus Fnatic EU
going against Fnatic.
That's gonna be a nice late night, man.
It is gonna be a late night. Right now, we're looking at what time is it? 20?
Yeah, we're looking at 8 p.m. now here. So 20 CEST is what we're looking at. So if all things go according to plan, this game will be starting up in the next 5 minutes or so, and then we'll jump ourselves into the Fnatic versus Na'Vi matchup, and that will probably be kicking off at 21 CEST time. Of course, always depends on what happens with this game. Like we saw in the previous game, and it's really like a bit of a telltale. Like the team's not been calling GG when you're pretty sure it's over when you lose Rax at 19 minutes in and the lone druid is like far beyond all recognition. You got no mag RP, you got no nothing like this to really try and bring it back. And at that point you say, well, okay, things aren't really going to work for us, but you don't give it up. No team here has been like, just GG. No team's done that. No team's really done that. Even DD, they're fighting to the bitter end.
Yeah, they did. A very valiant effort from them on their part. So yeah, so we're waiting a little bit for that.
As we're looking over quite nicely to our side admins, who I've got a funny feeling is about to change something on all our computers here. As you see the hand go, so we might just jump ourselves back over to the player's camera while they get to do all this kind of jazz. But yeah, so it's been a fun tournament so far, though. We've been through 3 games. Also want to give a big shout out to Vlad, who's standing just over to our side here. He just leave the Russian streamers there, so I'm sure he's got his VK playlist playing some fantastic doof doof doof. For all the Russians at home, so privet to you all.
It's been an interesting first LAN, honestly. This is crazy. I've been really enjoying it so far. Everybody for an intimate venue.
It's actually your first. That's right. I keep forgetting that's actually your first LAN event.
Yeah, and in some ways you can see it. In some, it's just been really, really awesome, to be honest with you. Everybody's been really supportive. Everybody's been pretty amped. The teams right now. Yeah, being in this part of the bracket also definitely heats things up a little bit, so good to be here. Good to be here.
Yeah, that it is, man. That it is, because we are live here in Poland, so and the ESL said, you know what, let's host it in Poland with the Polish version of the ESL, running all of our production. So everything from the games to the production, the overlays and all that kind of jazz. It's been fun. Okay, cool. So this is the reason why we went back, as a man jumps below our desk.
Exactly. Yeah, he has climbed. I'm gonna be just trying to.
Let's not give a running commentary on him.
No.
That's just gonna be a little bit too cruel for him.
And right now, yes, it would appear he's plugging in a cable.
Yep. I'm getting my internet connection back. Hopefully, as it finds it, and we'll be good to go again. Hopefully is the plan. I say hopefully. I always say hopefully. Just a reminder too, guys, to make sure you jump yourself over to the RaidCall website. So it's RaidCall-EMS1.com. Make sure you bet for your last 2 matches, the next 2 matches which are there. So the first semi-final for tomorrow, which will be coming up, in about basically around lunchtime tomorrow. We'll be starting up that one. And then going to go in and do the second semi-final because we need to know who's going to be playing in that one. And you can bet on the second quarterfinal for the lower part of the bracket, and that'll be coming up in about an hour's time. But that's Na'Vi versus Fnatic EU. So we'll see just in a while who's got the advantage here. And we'll enjoy that time. We'll enjoy that time. As yeah, the admins are still working to make sure we're on the right network, picking it out, and I'm seeing negative results here. So I got a funny feeling this won't be as smooth as we might have hoped, man.
Hopefully it's going to be able to. I'm showing that I'm still connected right now. Hopefully that's going to continue. Oh, yeah. Okay. Getting some advice here from Vlad over on the sidelines. Going to be creating a new lobby for the teams.
Vlad, always giving out advice.
Yes.
I remember his advice. I got a cold in Ukraine, and he said, "Here, have this as
what was it?
It's Ukrainian medicine. It's like it's got herbs in it. It's got herbs in it." I'm like, "Oh, okay. It's herbs and vodka." That was the cure to the common cold.
That's
or the Ukrainian cold, which was definitely not common. And that hurt. Hey, internet's back. It's back. So we get to log ourselves back in again and get this puppy started. No pun needed. And we'll launch ourselves into our lobby in a couple of moments' time, guys. So, yeah. Keep chilling until then. I wonder if everyone got a beverage and popcorn like I asked them before.
Yeah.
No one got me beverage and popcorn.
I tried to kind of make a run for the snack table, but just
I'm in a run. I got like half a snack over here, but you also saw me like half choking on that snack.
Yeah, you were dying before this.
Yeah, it definitely caused some issues with breathing. We're back inside the game though, so I launch back into lobby to be hosted up, and looks like the players, also mousesports, having a connection here. That's a very good question, man. You're the admin. Who gets first pick?
That is going to be random.
Yeah, it's going to be random. So who gets what side?
Going to swap again here. Yeah, there we go.
So it's a secondary swap?
Yeah.
All right.
Should be good.
We'll just check our settings too, as we some of us had to restart a lot of different things. So.
All right, I'm in. Lobby's been made. We have Mouse coming in here. Almost the entire team as well. Admiral Bulldog, the only one from Alliance. Oh, nope, the rest of them coming in also into the broadcast slot we go.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Very nice.
So we get ourselves loaded back in there. So yeah, Loader's actually asking the same question as well. Who has the first pick? So admins will get to explain that one. I don't know if Loader is hearing. He's got his earphones in right now.
Yeah.
But even then, like I know the earphones he's using. Actually, I use exactly the same earphones, and you can hardly hear anything when you got those things in.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I've had people come into my studio back in Berlin, and they start yelling at me. It's like, Toby! I'm like, what? I don't really do anything, and then I have to like wave in front of me, and I freak out and like fall off my desk.
Yeah.
It's great. So first place in the group gets to decide.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, that was no tied. Well, Alliance.
That is actually Mouse.
It was mousesports?
They went 3-0, yeah.
I need to go over to Join Dota and actually find out then, because that's the fantastic website that has all the details I'm searching for.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as far as the group stage goes, you're right. Alliance, they actually went through in the second position with 2 wins, 1 loss. They're in the same group as DD, which, would you believe, actually took the group stage 3-0. Eliminated here in the first round, but they took the group stage 3-0. And mousesports went through 3-0 as well. That was in the same group as Fnatic, TCM, and Fnatic, the other Fnatic. So it's both USA Fnatic as well as the EU Fnatic that were in that one. So while Kawa is sorting it all out.
Yep.
So what's the end decision? What's the end decision? So who gets our first pick? Who gets our side?
That is going to be Mouse.
Mouse with first pick.
Indeed.
So this
that is
now
what they chose.
This now becomes bait time. I'm feeling a bait from mousesports. I'm feeling a wisp bait. I'm really feeling a wisp bait. They will not ban him out. They will force S4 to ban out both the Bat Rider as well as the Wisp. I'm not quite sure though what mousesports are looking in for return. Like we all know what Alliance are going to look for It's like, well, okay, we'll look for the Chen, we'll look for the Lone Druid, we'll look for the Magnetor, we'll look for the Nakes, we'll look for all these kind of
all those
great
ridiculous
things.
initiators, yeah.
All right, so everyone's ready to go.
There we go.
And we're going to launch ourselves in. So game number 3, after a bit of a delay, we're able to get ourselves into the game because you can see it on your screen right now, or you can actually see it on my screen through your screen, where we get ourselves underway. And the players will put their headsets back on because all the players are using these noise-cancelling headsets. Hence, we're able to talk about everything because the speakers are right in the neighborhood. And they will know exactly what we're talking about. But they keep them off at the very, very start of the conversation. We are now here inside the draft. Kind of want to say, give a big shout-out to us. Like, wave, Alex. Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
not going to happen now.
No.
He's too focused on the game.
Very busy, yeah.
Too focused on the game, man. Focused on the game.
Gotta make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible, so.
Well, let's start off with that draft. And we see it already. So, Black wastes no time whatsoever. Lone Druid will not be appearing in this feature film.
No, not for Game 3 here. That is going to be a relief, I would think, honestly. That's going to also be followed up with a PL.
Wisp and Batrider. They would be the 2 next essential ones to ban out.
I would agree with you. Yeah,
and there's the Wisp.
Like clockwork.
And S4, is he going to take out the Batrider as well? Because it just means Black will probably just pick up the mag. It would be the normal transition if we're going to go with that one. And S4, the decisions with him, it's not really actually that much of a discussion with Alliance. Like last time when they were at that place, Starlighter. That place. They were really grouping up around each other. Like it was a full 5-man conference, everyone getting together, everyone saying their own little opinions. But here they're actually like, they're sitting down, they look quite calm, collective, like nothing's really horribly like, we're pressured.
Yeah, very content going into Game 3, and honestly, you got to do that, especially when a lot is on the line going into this single elimination, of course.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you get on there to the semifinals.
They are definitely talking about it, though. Like, there's a conversation happening because they're obviously using RaidCall, fantastic program, everyone should use it. They're using RaidCall to talk right now just to decide like what they're going to do. And you can see the conversation happening with Loader. I think Aki like chimes in here and there, but yeah, there's definitely a back and forth between Loader and S4, and they banned the Batrider.
Yeah.
They had to. They really had to. Playing up against a Batrider in the middle lane is never going to work. So you get the mag, and let's say, well, okay, we get Keeper of the Light in return, so we get good control over our lanes, fantastic support, and they get the Nyx Assassin as well, a hero that can go up against the Magnus. Not really absolutely fantastic, though, when you get into those later levels with a mag, because he's going to have RP, he's going to have the bottle.
Yeah.
So we're probably looking at both supports already now for Alliance.
Yeah, close quarters not going to be too nice when looking at Alliance there, but in fact, in the beginning, going to be really good looking for those ganks coming out from Nyx. Obviously, you're going to have Keeper of the Light, going to be able to do quite a bit globally, going to be able to use that relocate to just bring people in. That's going to be extremely, or recall, I should say, not relocate. This is not Wisp. This is recall, so he's going to be able to just do that with anyone who is just completely on the other side of the map. Split pushing, going to be very, very nice in that regard, but right now, giving Magnus to mousesports, that is going to be very, very nasty, because when you're looking at the lifestealer to go with the bomb, yeah, a little bit cringeworthy as we see mousesports picking up that lifestealer now.
You're basically looking at 2 heroes that don't care about the first 2 pickups of Alliance. That's what you're looking at. Like Nace, he'll rage up, he won't give 2 hoots. If things go wrong, he'll just infest and go from there. Rubik pickup 2, looking for some nice steals. You don't know what else is coming up from Alliance here, but you're probably going to bet on the fact it's going to be some decent abilities to grab out from the hard carry, which right now is still missing for Alliance. Like Admiral Bulldog just got his hero, so the Clockwork Goblin, and we're still missing Loda's hero, and we're still missing possibly S4's hero in this one. And if they're not going to go with S4, they're actually like, well, where's the Chen? But you're never going to go with Chen up against Nakes, because you basically feed Nakes life points during a team fight. And that's not what they want to do. They need to find some good physical DPS. That's what's required to win this. The team fight control is actually giving enough from Clockwork. Admiral Bulldog, if he gets the positioning right, then the control's going to be enough. They just need a big DPS-style hero to come out from Alliance. But it's impossible to ban against that one too, because you're going to have Puck now up and running for mousesports, like banned out for mousesports.
Yeah.
They're taking control of the mid solo up against Magnus. So Queen of Pain to be removed, and then +1 whatever else they want to do, and Alliance will be like, well, okay, we'll go to something a little bit more different. So maybe we see actually that Spectre come back again up against Teamfight's been very, very effective so far. Maybe even see the PA of Alliance come out, and Alchemist also still an available option.
That is true. And also they have been picking up TA a little bit more frequently. That could be also an option that Alliance maybe would want to do as a mid hero. Now, I'm not saying that like too frequently that he's going to be picked up, but really in this regard, kind of going up against Magnus, that's going to be really, really nice. That's kind of like a buffer to be able to put on that early DPS. The thing is, though, it has been kind of phasing out a little bit. Oh, there's the ban. There's going to be that ban there on TA. So mousesports not going to let that happen. So we're going to continue with this. Also, Anti-Mage being taken out here by Alliance, not wanting to give any more extra carry / split pushing availability for Mouse.
This is going to be Brewmaster, I'm almost feeling, from Alliance. If they can't get the Queen of Pain, they'll go with Brewmaster.
Yeah, and Brewmaster mid has also been kind of making a little bit more of a resurgence here lately. That's also going to be a pretty good pickup. Especially
up against heroes like Nakes, Rubik, and Magnus. Because Nakes is going to be like, well, I want to kill this guy off. Then he splits into 3 different parts. Rubik will look for the steal, but that means he has to survive for the entire length of the Brewmaster element, which is very, very difficult to do. And Magnus is like, well, I'm going to RP you. Where's the follow-up stuns? They're not there. Unlike this, actually, Alliance is going to ban out the Alchemist themselves. Yeah, but there's no follow-up stuns from mousesports just yet, but they're so open for what they want. Leshrac, Lina, both available. Even go for the Lion, depending on the final pickup here from Alliance. But their options are very, very open. But I'm wondering if with the Keeper of the Light, if they can even give us a little bit more insight into what Loda's going to be playing in this game.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about Rubik being able to be in this lineup. Being able to steal that Keeper of the Light Illuminate is going to be very, very nasty early on for the Alliance supports, really. In those early engagements, once he hits level 6, that's going to be a big, big game changer, especially if he's in a very, very good position.
Just realize if they're going to do this, it's going to be so damn painful to deal with.
Which one?
They can still go with the Chen, but they could also run a Juggernaut on the safe lane. Let Nyx take the solo mid, let Clockwork take the long lane. There's the Queen of Pain ban out. So they ban everything out against the mid lane, which would cause issues for the Magnus. Let Nyx do it a little bit more rough. Give them that early level 6, and then they can just move, rotate, gank. They need something, however, just to push down these towers. And they take out the Gyrocopter, so all the major carries are basically being removed. And this will kind of be like mousesports again. Like, they've got the Nakes, but they still are banning it out because they, like, Alliance is saying, well, they're going to run Nakes in the long lane, but this might just force Black to play the Nakes. That's the only other way this could really end up. But if mousesports pick up the Leshrac, and they combine it up with the Rubik, that'd be a nice little combination. Maybe they should be looking, though, at the Lina. Yeah. Having burst damage to kill off the Keeper of the Light.
That would probably be really, really good to try and do something like that. Be able to kind of round out the tri-lane that's going to be coming out from mousesports. So that could be definitely a viable option for them. Obviously, Rubik is most likely going to be trying to cause as much havoc as possible to that mid lane, but it's hard to judge right now what they're going to be wanting to try and pick up as this next kind of support / roam.
It's going to be a stunner. It'll be a Leshrac or Lina in my mind. Possible they could go down the lines of a Jakiro, but they'll look for another team fighter. The other option is they say, well, let's play the economic game, and they take something like, well, that's a Nature's Prophet.
That's a Nature's Prophet.
But that's going to be off lane.
Yeah.
And that's going to be an off laner, which means Nakes is going to be played as a hard carry. So the choice is it going to be a bottom lane for the Nature's Prophet? Does it take safe lane on the bottom, let Mag play the middle lane, Nakes Rubik up on the top, which would then force Alliance into picking something like a Bane up. But he's not banned, he's not picked, and if Nyx is going to be running in that solo mid, then they have the option of the Bane. But then that's going to force mousesports into more of a defensive lineup, and they pick up Night Stalker. So that's going to give us the mid solo up against the Mag. Just kind of forgot about him playing up for the Alliance side.
Yeah.
And then we need one more hero. One more hero to come up. And of course, Alliance too. I kind of even forgot that they're running Nyx, they're running Coddle. Why can't they run aggressive tri-lane on the bottom? Give a nice little harassing, damaging style hero that's able to gank up nice and early on. Even a hero like a CK will be a nice little selection to their lineup. He's able to stand up against the Nakes nicely. RP, of course, will cause some issues for him. But in the early stages, he doesn't have to worry about running low on mana because of his Chaos Bolt as well as Rift being such a high mana cost. And he can just go with like the Keeper of the Light and the Chakra that's there, and Nyx can just keep mana burning out the support, so Rubik won't be able to do anything. Nate just profit, he'll probably abandon the top lane, and they will actually go that Jakiro I was talking about.
Yeah, so a good setup, or follow-up to that Rubik, going to be able to do pretty good stuff with him. The stun going to be really nice, as long as he gets those Ice Paths off. Going to be able to secure some pretty early kills right now. And also just to talk about the Night Stalker as well, with that Crippling Fear, man, that's going to be very, very nasty, especially against those right-click heroes, Life Stealer. Also Nature's Prophet, man. When you're going to be trying to just deal out some form of damage to that, that's going to be very, very difficult to try and deal with, because that missed chance, the silence, it's going to kind of disrupt everything. Also onto the Rubik as well. And there's the Spectre pickup that you were mentioning. He's back.
Yeah, so Spectre, which means it'll be a safe lane Spectre. They won't run aggressive tri-lane with, well, I assume they won't run aggressive tri-lane with this one.
No.
I highly doubt they would. So safe lane, Keeper of the Light probably going to be stacking up a little bit more. And mousesports now have to make the decision. Do they play farm against farm? Do they leave Nakes on the bottom lane? It will be played by Black, but do they leave him on the bottom lane, or do they run him on the top lane? That's the selection that's coming up for mousesports right now.
And really, right now, I've got to say right now, just according to the heroes that have been picked up right now for mousesports, it's going to be looking pretty good for them earlier on. As long as Loda's going to be able to find like enough room to be able to farm up like his items, the diffusal blades and all that, it's going to be looking really, really nice. But I don't think Mouse is going to let up any kind of pressure for that, because really, it's going to come unrelentlessly.
Prepare for battle.
Or relentlessly. That is the wrong verbiage, unfortunately. Good luck, have fun going.
I will never correct you on grammar. I'm from Australia.
Yeah. So both teams kind of going out here. Going to be starting off with the Mouth lineup. Black there, going to be picking up the Stout Shield and a lot of regen. So Black going to be playing on the Nakes, Haas on the Rubik, Alex following right behind him on the Jakiro. Inside of the middle lane, of course, we're going to be seeing Feda as his Magnus. And finally, Admiral Bulldog. Oh no, that's not Admiral, sorry. Rather, Koshka inside of the bottom lane as that.
You're living in the
Prophet.
past, man. You're living in the past.
Wrong area there.
But you'll be able to find Admiral Bulldog. He is on the bottom lane as the Clockwork Goblin. Also with a large amount of regeneration, and also having a Stout Shield. And that's for some reason Mag is saying no to all of this one. It's like, what were they asking for? Good luck, have fun, and he just says no to that one. Oh, it was the Treants. Of course it was. Scouting out and giving some experience. So we go 6 experience up on Spectre, 6 experience up on Nyx. It's huge, man. That's huge. But it'll be an aggressive try on Mouse, which I'm really... Oh, Loda! He's a long way down here. He had to level up Dagger at level 1. He wants to get up the hill. The blast is there. Nice Ice Bar. Telekinesis down. He'll still get up on the hill. And then able to just path his way out of there.
Damage.
That could have gone horribly wrong. If it weren't for that Spectral Dagger, man, giving up first blood like that to these heroes would have spelled certain doom. That is going to be giving the double damage rune to Black, who will just continue to rotate up here into the top lane. And here we go into this final game. Best of 3.
That is, man. Winner takes semi-final position to play up against the winner of Fnatic EU and Na'Vi, which is coming up directly after this game. Be very minimal pauses is the prayer. So we're now 40 seconds in, and well, aggressive tri-lane versus aggressive tri-lane. Loda as the Spectre, Aki giving a little bit of support, and the Sentry Wards are down again. Well, actually, this time it's actually an Observer Ward, so it'll last a little bit longer, but Sentry Ward's coming down from Aki, so they'll come in, they'll de-ward this one out, and the timing for it, they need to move themselves back a little bit further away if they want this camp to spawn up with the 1 minute, and they were successful.
There you go, going to be able to get that pull.
The Alpha Wolves are up. Getting a little bit of a spike coming through again on the internet, but hopefully it's not going to last for too long. The router is settling itself down. There's another Keeper of the Light Blast. Only level 1, but every time it's like it's managed to hit 3 heroes both the times.
Quite a bit inside of the bottom lane. Admiral Bulldog looking for that cog early on, wasn't able to latch on though to Koshka, so not going to be hit at all.
This is a really difficult lane for him. I think he was hoping they'll throw the mag on the bottom lane and let Nice Talker do it tough in the mid. But this is more of a throwaway kind of, there is a little bit too much lag coming out. But this is that situation where you say, okay, bottom lane for Admiral Bulldog, it's got to be a throwaway. Like, get experience, just don't die. is the secret. And he can do that because he went Cogs level 1. There's no way Nature's Prophet can chase him down if he gets a good position. Like, unless he's in exactly the position he's in right now, which is like smack bang in the middle of the open, and then Kochka just walks himself around and goes,
yeah, yeah.
I can attack you. It doesn't really matter about that one. But most of the time, it's going to be very, very difficult for Nature's Prophet to get himself in there and get the kill. So Admiral Bulldog's just going to live until that point. If he can find a last hit, then do it. Once he's got the rocket up and running, he'll probably find a couple more. But it's just mainly men. So still stuns, and Black going to get hit by that one, as well as Alex as well again. But it's just meant to buy some time until S4 gets to nighttime. It's 5-0 up against an 8-2 in the middle lane. Not amazing for the Night Stalker, but once nighttime comes, things change around.
Very much so, and really S4 is going to be putting on a lot of pressure to Mouse, especially to be allowing Spectre here, Loda, going to be able to farm a little bit easier, because really he's going to need to. So actually, being able to do that.
He's got 4 vanilla up here.
For Loda?
No, for Spectre. Yeah, for Loda, he's
yeah.
only got 4 vanilla up against an 8-4 Black. This level of control of Alliance is really not working for them. And because they're doing this like singular pull every single time, it's actually pushing the creep wave down so Black is capable of free farming it. This is actually really troublesome. The top 3 CSs have managed to hit double digits, and they're all belonging to mousesports. If you're an Alliance fan right now and you're all about the early game, then yeah, you'd be weeping, man.
Yeah, you would. You would be. And just looking around here on the map, Fada inside of middle lane still, going actually, yeah, for the Empower, going to be able to still harass S4 continuously, not going to be able to go close to those creep waves. We'd mentioned that in the previous game with S4's build, just nice harassment. Admiral Bulldog still finding levels though, and he's actually maxing out the battery assault. So that is going to be very, very nice for dealing that extra damage. As I mentioned before, like many hours ago, Bulba kind of doing something similar whenever he's in the suicide lane, liking to go for that build. It's going to be very, very helpful. So in that regard, going to be very, very good. As we see S4 here picking up the invisibility rune, not going to do anything with it though, as he continues to just bottle up, try to keep himself close to those creeps. While up in top still, looking like Alliance trying to find something happen. The single pull still going off right now, going to be able to find that. So just continuing to find what they can. And right now, the highest ES for Kochka in the bottom lane going to be very good as well.
And it's just really, it's what we kind of like haven't seen at all in this time, which is like this passive early 5-minute Dota. And this will happen. Then this will happen, so people out there, you got to basically prepare yourself that this is just the way that these games kind of happen at the very, very start. You wait until about 6 minutes in, and then try and make a play. Bottom room going to be contested. There's a double damage coming the way of Nature's Prophet. He's just TPing himself down there so he can control Admiral Bulldog, because he knows what he's got to do. Stay alive, keep the experience coming. Times like this happen, and then he's able to just free farm it up, even if there is a double damage Nature's Prophet coming down here, it does not matter. And Spectre, he knows that Night Stalker's going to make him some space. So they're waiting for that first nighttime cycle. Nag also says, well, I know Night Stalker wants to come and kill me, but I need to also wait up too. I want to have my RP up and running. I want to get my Arcane Boots up and running. There's all these different things that people want. Admiral Bulldog wants to live right now. He's not going to be able to. Cogs are down, and that's first blood in the bottom lane. Took almost 5 minutes to do it.
It's true, but it finally went down. Kochka here with those phase boots, definitely helping out with that right-clicking. The double damage rune also nothing to mess around with. So right there, starting to see Mouse kind of lead the charge here in this game 3. So very, very nice from them so far.
Yeah, that it is.
Very well.
And mousesports, so get off to a good start like this one. Nature's Prophet. We kind of talked about like the lane in the last game when Admiral Bulldog won it with the first blood, and then he just kept winning it after that point. Now Nature's Prophet's got the ability to do the same kind of thing.
He is continuing to push in this tier 1 inside the bottom lane. Not a whole lot Admiral Bulldog is going to be able to do with that, since he is, of course, leveling up that battery assault. Definitely going to be seeing him roaming around very, very soon here. The rotation is going to be absolutely insane, and very, very clutch to be able to pick up those heroes, locking them down.
The timing's going to be right, though, because he doesn't want to leave the bottom lane because he still needs to find a lot of this experience. And he wants to make sure Nature's Prophet's not just going to take his bottom tower. He got 4 points up in 3. That Nature's Prophet will take that bottom tower if you give him some space. It's a different style of push as opposed to what Admiral Bulldog had before with the Lone Druid. But the hilarious thing is, like, we saw it in that bottom lane, you pop up the Sprout, and Admiral Bulldog, like, he knows he can pop off the cogs and then just fight like that.
Yeah.
But if he can't move himself into a better position, he's incapable of pushing the Nature's Prophet away and getting a good positioning up on those cogs. So the Scrown holds him in position and then buys the extra damage from Nature's Prophet's enough to kill him off. Even through that Stout Shield he's got. The fact he's running Bottle down here is also going to help him a lot more because it means he can come in a lot closer and then deal a little bit more with his damage, which Nature's Prophet's doing. That's why he went Phase Boost at the first level. Double damage buff up really helped him out too. But the Phase Boost just allowed him to do a little bit more harassment damage and makes Admiral Bulldog fear coming just that little bit closer. And now you see the big army of trees. So it's 2 sets of trees, and all he wants to do is damage down this tier 1 tower. And Admiral Bulldog can do absolutely nothing to stop this, unless he's got TP support or if S4 is going to rotate down. But S4 also says, well, I haven't got a lot of farm, I need to farm up in the middle lane a little bit more. Even though his net worth is higher than that of the mag, he still needs like space. And Loader's getting nothing, absolutely nothing up here on the top lane. 21 for 1, up against a 35 for 9. Oh, is it really going to happen? But S4's going to come in and help him out. Tier 1 tower might have gone down, but Admiral Bulldog was able to, looks like he latched him with the ultimate as well as popping off the cogs. Now up on the top lane, Loader's also going to take the fall. Alex to follow up right now, and that's going to be 2 heroes lost for mousesports. 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top, for the price of a Spectre, and that's worth it.
That is very much so worth it. So finally finding a little bit more here. Black going to be just continuing to get up some more of that extra gold thanks to his buddies here, Pass. So there's another Lumen coming up right here, level 2 here for Hawkeye. Gonna
what a
continue
stun.
set up.
What a telekinesis though, and then the Prophet Ultimate EGM. Spy Carapace tries to return a little bit of that damage, and Prophet does TP in here. He's going to look for Aki, needs 1 more hit from range with the Phase Boost. He's going to get it, he does get it. A little bit further down, Loader's on the run. Rockets to fly in.
Are fortified.
And mousesports really controlling this top lane. At the same time, Nightstalker dies in the middle lane, and RP looks like it killed him off.
It did. Yeah, it did, actually. Surprisingly enough, during all that, nice little pickup there. To be able to do that once again, just allowing Faye to get away with that. Not going to be great as a haste rune is activated, and they're going to try to go for Admiral Bulldog here.
He's dead. He's absolutely dead. He can pop with his cogs, but he's got no TP, he's got no real mana, and now cogs up, but staying very, very close. Admiral Bulldog, yep, there goes the cogs, push it back a little bit, but death. Fatal will have to stay there for a little bit longer. Spectre tried to haunt himself out to that one. You go, well, nothing. He's just popped the haunt to help him out, and then S4 gonna try and dive this one down. He's already left that void with that haste rune. It's not giving up. S4 still got some really good movement speed until Quashka does that. Eats his way through it. Maybe possibility for a double kill if he can come back in again in a moment. 6-1 charges up his sleeve. Pops the bottle charge instead, doesn't get a full charge off. But he'll dive this tower if he feels he can do so. At the same time, again, Loader being forced back by Black. It's... They've got to find that opening. S4 wants it. Heroes, there's Quashka TPing out, and Fader as well. They had enough of this of playing around like this.
And S4 was just, not able to follow up with that, unfortunately. Very, very nice reaction coming out from Mouse, I've got to say. Very, very, very good. So Alliance here inside of the middle lane, also putting down a couple wards to just make sure that they can kind of farm a little bit easier. EGM picking up those extra levels that he had missed, trying to support up there in the top lane. So being able to do that, get to level 6 with the Vendetta, gonna definitely help out with a couple of picks, especially for Mouse with those supports such as Alex, who's currently level 4. That's definitely gonna be a very, very key gang for him to try and do.
Man, I'm wondering when Loader's really going to be able to afford up a real item. Trunker Boost, poor man, shield is just got nothing, absolutely nothing. Even EGM, maybe this is what they're also trying to look at. Get EGM up to level 6, give him some space in that middle lane, and then give a bit of a crack. Because S4's nighttime is running. It's running out, and he's got to find something in this period of time.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to find enough, honestly. Being able to just kind of be cutted constantly, and that's Koshka. They're going to at least take a little bit that damage from the Void, but not going to be able to follow up, unfortunately. He's just going to move his way out, and that's just Koshka being unbelievably well farmed right now, picking up the Midas and just using it as he TPs back into base.
Funny thing is, though, with all this going on, Admiral Bulldog, everyone's still finding levels on Alliance. They're still finding their experience. Well, they're not finding all their gold because obviously like they lost a tower on bottom lane, and like it's 3 kills going extra way of mousesports. They're still finding a lot more. Now Spectre, actually his EGM is in trouble. He's already got Sentry warded up, and that's why his Vendetta initiation didn't work. So they saw him coming in. Loader wants to fight this one. No, he doesn't.
Yes, no. And also inside of the middle lane, that's going to be Fade's Blink Dagger already. He's already got his Blink Dagger. This tier 1 is looking like it is going to be taken out as well. Mao's looking very, very convincing in this game right now, especially this early on at the 11-minute mark. We are actually at a 5k economic advantage for him.
Oh, Lotus in trouble. Picked up, throwing down. Prophet's going to TP in for this one, leaving the opposite lane. S4 at the same time. Silence up on Alex. There's no follow-up on the Dual Breath. Admiral Bulldog also coming down. Look for the cogs, trying to push somebody out. Black already going with the Infest. We got his life back again. And S4 ticking on down. Nothing like having poison on your tail. Admiral Bulldog, wonderful ice path. Really good positioning here from mousesports. They are getting everything right, and Alliance are basically being pushed around during the team fight the way that mousesports want them to be done.
Yeah, that was an interesting hook shot there. Unfortunately, Clockwork not having any support to back him up right now. Inside the middle lane, though, we have Ake being just skewered immediately. That is going to be another pickoff for them as Kochka going to pick up the kill as well. Nick, though, going to get some revenge. Much needed revenge onto Fada.
Yeah, but they lose off the mag. But again, as you said before, he's already got the Blink Dagger, so he doesn't really care at this point.
No.
It's 12 minutes in. Like, normally you see the Arcane Boost come up about maybe 8 to 9 if you got a good early lane.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the Blink Dagger like maybe 14, 15 in, but you've already got that 12 minutes in. So Mag is having a fantastic time. 64 for 6, and he's picked up 2 kills. That's his first death. Also want to point out too, when Nature's Prophet died, that was also his first death.
Oh yeah, it was 5-1 currently, yeah, and 3-0 also for Black. This is just looking really, really good for Mouse right now as they pick up the drum onto him. And this tier 1 now is probably going to be the next target for Mouse to just try and take out further, losing control here on Alliance's top lane. It's going to be Ake here, still going to be able to try and back it up. Level 3 though on the Chakra, just trying to help out with those mana-reliant heroes, just trying to make sure that the lane is pushed back, but really, they're looking for blood now. Mouse inside of the jungle.
Yeah, they get the Shadow Blade up on Nature's Prophet and they say go, go, go time. And Alliance, well, they probably feel it too. They're into the second daytime cycle, and that's when Night Stalker just wants to hide himself out. And that's when mousesports say, look, let's push. We've got the advantage right now. What's he going to do? Pop his ultimate? He hasn't even leveled at level 8 in. So S4 doesn't even have that option. So tier 1 and tier 2 towers will go down on this top lane. So no extension of the Knight. In fact, he had 3 points on the Hunter and the Knight. Trying to make something else happen during here, but now this is gonna be an easy push on the top lane.
It is, and really, it's looking like they're kind of backing up inside of the jungle, though. They will be able to spot it. The wards are there to see, and not wanting to try and push anything too crazy just yet. I would have seen them kind of go for that tier 2 right there. Honestly.
Clockwork, able to latch in, makes fine Nature's Prophet. Sentry wards are there for the die side, so they still see him. 399 gold going the way of Admiral Bulldog. And this buys some much-needed breathing space for the Alliance.
That is definitely a pickoff they needed. And being able to just pick up a dust there also, that's going to be very, very helpful to just try and go into the engagement.
Fader gonna skewer up here. If Loda wants to get into this one, he does have Horn available. And they see the Coddle Blast flying out, so decide, you know what, let's just still not worth it. The Observer Ward up on the high ground just saw it coming.
And yeah, they're just going to continue to kind of back up back into their jungle now. Black also looking to continue to just farm up right now. Still no armlet on him quite yet, so probably going to be seeing a little bit of that happen relatively soon. Still, we just got past at level 6, so that's going to be extremely helpful to be able to just disrupt those crazy engagements that are going to be happening. Stealing spells like the Illuminate, like I was mentioning before. And up in the top lane, Nature's Prophet with a pick-off onto Ake.
And he already has enough damage as it is, let alone just fighting a Keeper of the Light. He was slightly out of position. And now because of that one with one hero down, they know they're not up against an Illuminate, so they already TP in the hero. Mag coming in towards the middle lane, and he'll search for a tier 2 tower to kill off. Catapult in tow as well, so it's a perfect time to go. Keeper of the Light will respawn. Loda's going to try and hold the aggro off that top lane.
Middle tower is under attack.
But it's the middle lane that Alliance going to really start to worry about. There's already the TP down, so Nature's Prophet's going to come and join them in here in the middle lane. And Black with the Empower buff up too, almost about to hit level 9. What level is that Mag? He's up to level, he's only got 1 level on that Empower. It's the first level he got. And hasn't had to change it since. He's put 4 into everything else though, apart from ulti obviously, because you can't do that.
This next fight though is going to be very, very difficult here for Alliance to try and pick up. That level 2 reverse polarity going to be absolutely nasty. We see the Illuminate coming out from Ake to just try and prevent that push coming out. Kochka, there goes the latch.
There's your latch. He's going to try and have a crack in. And at the same time, RP catches S4, dragging them back away from the Macro Pyre, however. So Fader copying a lot of damage right now. EGM able to stand here. The Sentry Ward is down, and then one big hit takes out the Takiro, follows up with a stun through Black. It's actually a 1-for-2 trade. EGM 9 HP. One last hit to come off from the Nature's Prophet. able to get that kill, and then Loda, oh, is he trying to man fight up with the Nakes? He life steals you, hence his name is Life Stealer. Got a blast will fly on through, triple kill now for Quachka, and Black is looking for Aki, and Quachka saying, no, I'm looking for an ultra kill right now, so low on life, Connor Blast, the timing,
oh, it just missed.
Skin of the teeth would be the correct expression for this one.
It couldn't be any closer for that one. Oh man, that was a hell of a fight. Both exchanging blow for blow. Still no tier 2 had gone down there, so Alliance holding on for dear life. They will be able to keep the tier 2. I thought I was going to be going down. I thought Mouse was going to be able to take that fight, but still...
The problem was they basically airballed the Jakira's ultimate.
That was a big problem, yeah, because the macro pyro as well as the ice path just kind of did not sync up with it.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
And it was because of the skewer. The skewer was in the wrong spot. They saw EGM, like EGM went invis, they never really finished him up, and they just like, oh, Jakiro, got him, on the way back out again. But when he got the RP off, I was like, okay, this game should be GG, with the Jakiro ice path as well as Macropie going that direction. But then he skewered this way, down the lane, and then I was like, well, okay, we're going to do this the hard way. And then Cogs came off, and I was like, okay, now we're just split off with this fight already down here, this fight which got repositioned down, and then Alliance was like, well, okay, 2 boxes together and you make yourself a path.
Yeah, and then you start fighting in the choke, which obviously Admiral Bulldog really wanting to do that with his power cogs, and obviously that helped out a lot. But they're back again inside of the middle lane, just trying to go round 2 up against Alliance. Are they going to be able to take this tier 2 now? It is looking.
Black, and you have to use this rage prematurely. Profit on and try and buy him a little bit of extra space too. And while all this is going on, Loader is getting more and more space up on the top lane. Nyx will even deny the mid tower out there, coming in at melee range. And that shows you just the confidence the Mounts had to be that close. They didn't want to stay on top and fight on top of that tier 2 tower. Loader, oh, Quachka, there's a surprise. And Loader trying to TP out, there's no stun. Loader.
Oh, that was close. Being able to get out of that one, nice.
Gets back to base. And is he going to be really happy? Yeah, those Tranquil Boosts pop off just before. Without that extra life, he would have been dead. And that just shows you also what happens when you got a Nakes Wilson, Nature's Prophet. Anywhere on the map you can move.
The bombing, man. The bombing coming out from Kochka and Black. And also the right clicks of Kochka is just absolutely nasty. Also going for the ultimate orb, which I could only assume is going to be that windsuit just to disable Loda from being able to do any form of right click at all. That is also going to be the tier 2 falling up in the top lane.
Mag, RP, he goes on S4. Aki's going to try and lend a little bit of an aid here with the Keeper of the Light Blast. S4 says, yeah, screw it, I'll TP out, maybe not. Blinding Light, trying to help Matt a little bit more on Quachka. Well, he was not blinded by the light. And then they look for an extra one. They're searching for the TP out, and Aki's just walking himself out of there safely.
He is going to be able to get away. And meanwhile, up in the top lane, Pass is just kind of hanging out all by his lonesome. About to hit level 8. He was just finding a couple extra levels there.
All he wants is some arcanes. Just some arcanes for the kids back at home, of course.
Just one core item.
Do it for the kids. Do it for the kids. He's got his utility item already. He's got Magic Wand, he's got Urn, he should be feeling okay. As looks like there's just some problems right now as Vlad actually dropped out from the game. But as Shakira is the one who is asking for a pause. And the guys just start talking to each other a little bit here. Looks like the admin's also just jumping over quickly. As there needs to be a bit of a chat with Loader about something. That's a good reason to actually to stop as well. So we just lost our live stream.
That is unfortunate, sadly.
Hopefully that'll be fixed.
We'll be able to regroup here in just a few moments.
Hi, I'm talking to the world. Wait, no, I'm not.
Just talking to you.
Yeah, it's just you guys here. Just you guys here. We're now going to take RaidCall EMS 1 personal. Up close and personal, man. The casting desk, it doesn't matter about looking professional anymore. We like wheel in a bed right now. Just in here, put a couple of pillows behind and just like be surrounded by like little Dota 2 couriers, this little fluffy toys kind of thing.
Drinking profuse amounts of water.
I don't know if water's really appropriate for that one. If we're going to go with the whole like bed thing with fluffy couriers, in that case then you've got to have like hot milk and cookies if you're going to like Santa kind of style.
Hot milk and cookies would be amazing right now.
Of course, you could always blend it so you at least got some form of like funness in that one. So you put like Kahlua in with your milk. Blunt will supply the vodka. See, make it so.
Yeah.
Make it so. Fantastic way to cast Dota. Absolutely fantastic way to cast Dota.
Also for the audience
and
over there.
Zoe is just shaking her head at me. She obviously doesn't understand either the workings of the Dota community or just my mind or both. My mind? Okay, so singular it is.
Also to help out the audience here, we are at 19 minutes.
Yes.
We are at, this is, you know, the best of 3. Everyone's 1-1. We also have 15 to 8. It is 15 to 8 right now.
Give as much info as possible. Much info as possible. Because they can't see in the audience the edges of the screen, hence...
Levels.
You ask the world. The world.
I can give you some levels right here. Black right now is currently level 11.
I got this wonderful thing called an E button. I hit E and everybody gets to see it. So Black is ready, Alliance is ready, stream is hopefully back up again. So welcome back to the world. We're having ourselves a bit of a personal chat. Don't know how much of that went out.
Oh, yeah. It's both carries right now of both teams. Loader right now also level 11 as well as, of course, for Black. He just hit level 12 currently in the bottom lane. And now we're looking to see, I believe, yeah, a bit of a rotation coming out here from Mouse in the bottom lane. Looking like they're going to try and take out that final exterior tower. Level 2.
I really don't see Alliance like letting this one go too easily. Nyx is already coming down. You're going to have that Vendetta available for him. At the same time, Admiral Bulldog having a little bit of a look around. He's almost finished up that mech, and that's really going to change a lot during this fight. I know also that Jakiro is trying to farm it up, but the rate of farm that Alex is managing to find, is keeping up with the Admiral Bulldog in a way, but Admiral Bulldog technically is still further ahead than him. The buckle is already there, he just needs the recipe. But it's the same kind of thing for Clockwork. Yeah. They both need that farm, and with a mech charge during a team fight, it could really just change how things really unfold. Even with an RP, the blink in from Magnus,
it'll
be difficult.
Smoke bank here, man. Smoke gank inside of the Radiant jungle.
Yep.
And that's how we're going to be able to just kind of set them up for it.
EGM going to come in through the side. Black able to move himself out. There's a Spectre Horn. Black gets hit by that Illuminate too. Alex really deep inside the tree lines. The Silence managed to come up in time, so there was no rage. He's going to buy back and try and be part of this one. No, he won't. Alex, he put Loader in the corner, but he also clears it off the tree line. Skewer up, then the RP. EGM with the Spy Camera doesn't make it easy. And then the Blinding Light. Only thing he can do is basically throw off the Shockwave, because he can't hit anything else. 3 euros lost from mousesports. Now the Dust as well. Quadrika, there's a Cotter Blast flying out. They want to get this kill. S4's on a double kill right now. TP out. He managed to hold EGM in position, so their follow-up stun can't happen. But Clockwork, Admiral Bulldog came from that away. And Alliance, they just managed to take an entire team fight for no collateral, and they will take a tier 1 tower.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Alliance are back in this game now. Finally going to be able to take out their first tier 1 in the bottom lane. Drop. A drop in the experience graph.
It's
a little bit of a dip.
They're still going to come back from a 12,000 deficit. I really don't want to like jinx mousesports, but it does give a little bit of a flashback to a certain game where they had 14,000 advantage.
That's something you don't want to,
And things went horribly wrong.
Reminiscing about that one.
But we're not talking about that one. It's crazy. But Black, back to his farm. So he's got his key items up and running. In fact, everybody from mousesports, apart from Jakiro. Oh, of course, we've got to bear that in mind too. You know, I was talking about that mech and his big difference.
Yeah.
Wasn't involved in that fight. Jakiro ended up going down, so he doesn't have his cash. Clockwork Goblin, full mech now completed. We add another element now to this team fight. And like Nature's Prophet, his elements are going to get added soon. He didn't spend his money really before that. He has an Ultimate Orb already up, so this is a Scythe of Vice coming up from him. So the Hex possibility also coming his way. And that's going to change a hell of a lot during these engagements. And looks like Black, Desolator is going to be his next choice.
Yeah, that is going to be very, very nice to have. Also, paying attention to Alliance's heroes. Now that I think about it, the Haunt really is going to be extremely helpful in these next oncoming team fights, as well as that mechanism that you mentioned before. They're going to be able to live through a hell of a lot with it being up, but also the Haunt is just going to completely disrupt the Magnus blink into the RP completely, and hopefully they're going to be able to do that because, you know, once you get the cooldown on, S4.
He wants to go. There's,
no!
Oh, it's Clockwork Goblin's going to go in. The Void as well. EGM's here. He's looking for a big hit. He's going to go down to the Rubik. There's already one down. There goes Fader. And this is just the Alliance pouncing it down. They find Pass now here in the tree line. He'll take a fall as well. Finally, there he goes. Back into the middle lane. Double kill for Loader. Skewer out now. And this time you'll get the RP. And Alliance, well, Admiral Bulldog, cogs are up. Tries TP out in time. Not going to happen. Fader comes back. Picks up a double kill. He couldn't go the first time, but it forced him to do a buyback from that one. So that's still a better trade for the Alliance. And they're pinging Roshan. They're like, let's go. Waste no time whatsoever. We need an advantage for what we just threw away.
Exactly, and with this, they're really going to be able to not only easily take out that tier 2, but in the next oncoming team fights, even with the whiff that came out from Fada, with that skewer, you're going to be looking at a lot more room to be able to try and take the next oncoming team fights. But right now, Alliance not wanting to have that happen.
This is not going to work for mousesports. Keeper of the Life Blast, look at Quashka's life, even Fada. If he gets backed up by Roshan, Roshan will go down, Dagger is out, but they're slowing him down. Quick run away. Black is going to be very, very cautious here. Spectre ulti still on cooldown. The trees are searching out for him, and they're blinking away as fast as possible. mousesports, you're going to say, are very, very lucky they got away with that one. And Loda, he didn't push his advantage, though. He didn't let it go. And I think it's because he just hit 3,800 gold. There was a reason. He does not want to lose his Radiance.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless he just goes straight to Fusel Blade right now. That's the other option. But I really actually feel like he's looking for Radiance during these fights. Oh, sentries. Pick up, Fader. This time you'll get the skewer past the ice path. EGM, however, he's going to get himself out of this one. They don't have another stun. He's going to get... No, there's a cheap stick. Nature's Prophet TP's in just the right time and has the side device just at the right time.
Everything working out very nicely there for Mouse. Koshka coming in at the last minute with the piggy. Scythe of Vice was up. Going also for the Desolator now. The minus armor going to be making it very, very difficult for Alliance to try and live through this, especially the Coddle, trying to just live through anything that's going to be thrown at him. Though he does have the Ghost Scepter now to be able to just deal with the right clicks that is obviously going to be coming from the Mouse team. They're going to be looking for a pickoff here inside the jungle. S4 going to be able to TP away, luckily. And now he does have his Overclub up, looking for that BKB. He's needing a little bit more to stay in this fight, because really, as long as he stays in a little bit longer, he's going to be able to pick up a couple more crippling fears, which is going to make it so difficult for Mouse to be able to kind of initiate properly, to have the flow working when that silence is just kind of working away at you, as well as that mischance. So just having things like that to be able to right-click and just disrupt the team fight of Mouse is going to be very, very essential.
And you got that one, you get the Ghost Scepter, you got all of this together. All of this together. And we were right about Loda. It is a Sacred Relic up on him. So again, for the second time for this competition, we're going to see a Radiance being picked up. Loda still needs a little bit more farm. He doesn't want to go down too deep here. So he might just ulti up and go for pass. Pass, however, walking around with Vendetta. This is the only reason why he's up so far. He managed to steal the Nyx ultimate. And Loda's just farming up on that top lane instead. But there's a nice little ability for Rubik to have stolen.
That is going to allow him to kind of go in and out of those little fights there. Got a couple of minute or two left on that, and already kind of going to be going on to Loda, though.
Oh, maybe. Hexed up, and that's Loda's death. Quickly executed. Very quickly executed. Possibly because there's also that Desolator.
The Desolator definitely helped with that. Completely melts Loda down. That's another 50 seconds up. They still have the Aegis. And that is looking like, yeah, we're probably going to be seeing that tier 2 tower just kind of be knocked down very, very soon, though they only have the 2 here.
Nature's Prophet hiding in the wings. Wants to create his trees, but he's faking it, creates it. And then Kira of the Lights is like, well, can I go? Keep the Light Blast. That's going to push most of this creep wave back. There's still a fortification for the dire side. They really want to try and hold this one. I'm like, there you go, fortification. Black pops himself out and says, well, I got no creep wave. We have to take up the tower a little bit here. Another cube of the Light Blast Spring will be coming, but Black does not care. One last hit and he takes the tower. Very simply done. But while all this is going on, like, they get a kill on Loda, that's fantastic, but they haven't taken inside the base just yet. And 2 minutes time, this Aegis Immortal is reclaimed off Black.
That is true. They really should be doing a little bit more than that, though. Really, if you were to go aggressive onto the high ground at this point, Loda is back in the game right now, and I honestly feel that Alliance has way more of a turtle kind of team here. Going to have, obviously, the Illuminate from Ake going to be able to just kind of force them all back, as well as just being able to be out-CC'd by Admiral Bulldog's Cogs. That's going to be a big problem and a hurdle for Mao to try and overcome to get on the high ground.
And Loda, he really wants to stay out right now and get this farm. He knows he can do it, but he also knows there's a possibility he'll get ganked by a smoke, or even by just Nature's Prophet TPing in and trying soloing him. Probably the reason why he wants to have that Radiant subs. I mean, even pigs burn them. And there you go, there's the farm up in middle lane. So one more hit on a creep, and that's now going to be Radiant up for Loda. And this again now changes the team fight, because we're going to have now a broad cover of this Radiance burn coming from the Spectre ultimates. I mean, what happens, all 5 heroes will be affected by this Radiance, and that's going to really tie up Mag. Fader, I think, is actually the one who's going to be the most annoyed about this.
Yeah.
Because he won't be able to blink. He will not be able to blink. So either Mouse initiate first, and they stick it to the man, they get a good RP off, and then the fight will probably go their way. Or Alliance will try and pick the right time to pop off this haunt, and then they go to town on mousesports. That's kind of like what it feels from two different ways.
Yeah.
At the same time, it kind of feels like Spectre also requires a lot more farm. He needs life points. He's got 1,300. It's not a lot to play around with.
It isn't, unfortunately. So yeah, he's just going to be kind of using this a little bit more to kind of accelerate that rate of farm now, though. They're not going to have a whole lot of time for it because Mao's not going to want them to continue to do that. To build up more DPS on Loda would be a huge blunder. So really going to be looking to try and go on them relatively soon. That is going to be the Aegis Gone, though, I believe very, very soon in the next, I'd say, 30 seconds.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds on that one.
Yeah. And still no BKB up yet on the Night Stalker, so still looking for some way to try and pick up that next item for him. He's got to save up for the buyback, though.
Yeah, so your BKB on Fate, though. He's able to finish up his.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, in a moment, though, when he takes that easy camp out, then he'll have his BKB up and running. Still short by 80 gold, but he's going to... Okay. Goes back to base with 80 gold short when he possibly could have picked it up from the side here. But not going to do it. It's like he wants to either be a team player or something. Because it's a team game.
This is true.
Oh, he picks up his branch and sells his branch. And still short. Smooth. Stay. He can't do much more.
He's going to be parked here just for a couple more seconds, so that's going to give, you know, Alliance a little bit of room to the bottom lane as they go for kind of a bit of a smoke. And they won't really be able to find anyone. Every single person on Mao is going to be kind of away in the top lane in various positions, and that is finally the blacking bar completed. And they're going to be looking. They're going to be looking with EGM with the Vendetta to go in first. Not going to be able to spot anyone, though. What they had before with all those wards in the jungle was really, really nice, though. Fortunately, they have no wards on the map right now, so really what they're trying to look for is kind of like a shot in the dark. They do finally place one there, be able to spot them, but they are just completely in the opposite part of the map.
Yep, everyone's got a TP back to base right now. Loda will try and hold this one out. So even the creep waves aren't pushed out enough that they're capable of adding some pressure to the tier 2 towers. So all they can do is defend the tier 3 back at base. There's the blink in. Oh, that was only just off the edge of Loda. And then the dagger to fly out. This time it's going to go out towards Pass. Spectre still with the Ulban if she wants to pop it out. EGM wants to come in, then instantly a sentry ward is planted down the second they realize that Nyx is there. But then again, Alliance also realized the sentry ward was planted.
A lot come down to this fight. That's going to be a smoke now. Haste is still activated right now onto Fada.
Oh, look. Yeah, he wants this blink RP. He wants Loda. Out of anybody he can get, he wants Loda.
They've really got to be watching out with their positioning here because at the moment...
Loda's got buyback too. It doesn't matter if he dies right now, in his mind. Obviously he still wants items, but...
Yeah, that would...
But if they blow the RP and they also hex him up, then they're basically out. And then the rest of Alliance can just walk over it. I'll try and give her a shot. In through the top.
Yep.
He would light blast again, and maybe they have a crack. Dagger flies down. This time it's over towards Fader. So that puts his Blink Dagger on the cooldown, also makes him insanely slow. And Nyx moving out. There's still that sentry ward there. The trees start attacking him. Pick up, throw down. Telekinesis stun with the end of wonderful double stun. The RP will go, but Admiral Bulldog up there as well. Picked up, throwing back. The Meg Charge will pop up. The 3 Euros will stay alive. And it's already the Nakes down the sidelines. Quarterfinals just stands his ground. Lowe's going to finish the job, but he'll go down as well. So he's on the sidelines. Triple buyback coming off here. And Pass gets hit pretty hard there by the blast. Aki will take his life. Then over towards Fader. Triple kill now for S4, so he finds his opening. That'll be his BKB. And then also a double buyback coming out from mousesports. They wanted to go back. They really wanted to go back then.
But that was a complete, essentially that is a complete team wipe now for Mouse.
Yep.
And really Alliance being able to defend that successfully. I thought it was going to go horribly awry, especially with Lotus so far out there.
Oh, it's a trap. 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 It's not a trap. They walked away. And now they're going to attack, aren't they? Shadowblade, keep the vision. Now they see Spectre. Turn, Quashka. You know you want it, man. You know. Okay, he doesn't want it.
Unfortunately, no.
I'm not reading the minds of the players today, man. I'm not reading the minds of the players.
I mean, you couldn't really go on that too safely because they do not have any vision, unfortunately, on the map as well. The only being available on the map is going to be for Alliance up in the top lane and of course in the jungle. So to be able to go on that safely would be kind of a gamble. They didn't see anything, so kind of safe, playing it safe. Don't want to be giving away anything at this point right now because it is so close.
That it is, man. With all these buybacks that are coming out, the fact that Alliance are able to take fights like that, and that was really, like, as far as looking at what happened for Alliance, that was really, it was mousesports having the better advantage in that fight as far as positioning goes, as far as the RPs they managed to pick off. The only thing that saved Alliance was the buybacks. That was the only thing. And they got really lucky that, I say really lucky, it was a decision by mousesports spur of the moment. They threw away about 2,000 gold. Oh, their sentry wasn't already here. Loader needs some space. The stun will go. The BKB already wasted by the Nature's Prophet. And Black could not follow up here. In fact, the dagger's even going to hit on him. He cannot shake that off. And there's sentry walls from both sides now down here in the middle lane. I don't know which one's closer right now.
Admiral Bulldog waiting so patiently to go in for that hook. There it goes.
Latch it down, long way. Has managed to find Black. EGM right behind it. That rage going to wear off in a moment. Who they want to try and focus on? Spectre Ultimate now wears off. If they take Black, they'll be happy. The silence is on him. And S4, 3 heroes teaming up for that one while Quatch getting done by EGM. Does the RP. Fall caught out and the shockwave, the BKB, the Ice Path macro pyre. Alex look for the carry mode. He cannot do it. EGM picked up, thrown back down again. The following stun and Alex will go down, hunting up the Roche pit, and it's enough. It is enough. Mag also takes the fall. Pass gets a last moment revenge kill, ending the mega kill streak that is that of the Night Stalkers. Looks like he managed to steal the stun of Nyx.
If only there was a follow-up with that Mag RP.
Yeah.
If only there was enough. He still even got the Ice Path after.
Yeah, the hold wasn't there long enough. They needed an extra stun, but they don't have one.
No, everybody was gone, and just with that, Alliance being able to pull that off very, very clutch now as they take out the tier 1 finally in the middle lane. Second tower, and now it is starting to look like a different game here for Alliance. mousesports.
He could lose from a 16,000 gold advantage. Damn, I love this game.
This
just from good play, from good strats, from positioning of utility abilities. It's amazing what you can achieve. You could be so far behind. 7,500 experience. They just gained 10,000 worth of experience from that fight. Loader has 3,200 gold. Maybe he'll buy up a Reaver or something, or buy himself something nice. He probably still would like the Diffusal Blade.
I think the Diffusal Blade, most likely, if he were to get that heart, that would be a little bit helpful for the Lifestealer, unfortunately, because the tankier you go, he's obviously going to be able to just kind of mow you down even easier.
He still needs something. And he still needs something. And like, you're not going to buy a Vanguard at 36 minutes in.
No, we're not suggesting that.
He might look, though, at if he is looking for some kind of a little bit more stability, look at a pipe. Look to build up a pipe for his side. I don't know if Clockwork Goblin is building that one up right now. He's got 1,600 gold on Admiral Bulldog, but he probably wants his Aghanim Scepter.
That would probably be, yeah, that would actually probably be the next key item that you'd want to go for. Buyback also is going to be extremely helpful, though he does not have that for another 30 seconds. Going to be kind of delaying that next team fight for the time being. But yeah, if I were to go for something right now, the Aghanim Scepter would be extremely helpful to be able to constantly just hook yourself in back and forth every couple of seconds to just disrupt everything that's coming out of Mouse, because they have like a ton BKBs right now for Magnus, for Furion, and also the Rage coming out from Lifestealer, so.
Yeah. Well, down to the wire right now. Of course, this is basically do or die, 24 to 25, 37 minutes in for game number 3 of today, and the game number 3 of this best of 3. Who is able to advance themselves through. The winner of this game decides it all. And right now, it does kind of feel like a bit of a battle between, I was going to say Nature's Prophet, now he gets a lot more damage. Demon Edge plus 2,600 gold up for him. At the same time, Loader, he is doing it. Vitality boost is up on him right now. This could just be a casual Vitality boost to get him up to 1,800. This could be what we're looking at.
That could be the case.
But Loader's net worth is trying to catch up. Look at Nature's Prophet's net worth. It's 2,100. It's 21,000 in comparison to 13,000. Could also be because they've taken like 4 extra towers. It's small detail, that one.
That helps out a lot. But yeah, right now,
it just shows you that like Loader's items. What's he got? Radiance and drums. That's basically it. In comparison to a Nature's Prophet, who's got Scythe of Fires, BKB, Hand of Midas, Demon Edge is up and running, 3K gold, Shadow Blade, and a Face Boost. He's looking stacked, and Black is trying to build into an AC. Got the Hyper Zone up on him, but he just hasn't been able to find even more kills to keep that momentum going, to pick up the rest of the AC. EGM's going to get out of here, but he's got Ghost Scepter, so he's okay for that one. But it does really feel like mousesports are trying to force something a little bit too early.
Yeah, especially if they were to kind of overstep any boundaries at all, giving Alliance another advantage with that. That's going to mean Alliance is going to be able to take the Roche.
Dagger is still going to slow down Black. Loader wants to come up. Nice Ice Path holding him up, and that means Ice Path is down. Look for the Clockwork Latch. I'm not seeing it just yet. Admiral Bulldog searching for something. He's actually searching for mousesports to be looking at Roshan, who's now back up and alive. And this is actually the saving grace right now for Alliance. If they pick up that Aegis of the Immortal and they put it on someone like S4 during an engagement, this completely changed around. There's a long, long dagger chasing down Fader, who even like on the edge of his haste runes will still TP out. This is mousesports giving respect space to Alliance.
It is, and really, honestly, and I was mentioning it before, this is really going to be coming down to this Roshan as they continue to just shoot rockets into this area to give vision. They really need to make sure that they pick this up, because with that, they're going to be able to just mow down each of these towers on Mouse, giving them more gold, more room for Loda to pick up that much-needed item. He's got 5k on him, man.
Yep.
He's got 5k.
He knows he's got buyback, and I think just keeping his options open. The best thing to look at right now would be say, okay, let's see what they're going to build up. I've got a funny feeling he's actually waiting for Nature's Prophet to either build up a Deadless or a Monkey King Bar and know which one he gets. Because if it's Monkey King Bar, Loda may just say, well, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go Butterfly. But if it's a Deadless, screw it, let's go Butterfly.
Exactly. So that, yeah, that evasion really going to be helping out with the next engagement, honestly. Engagements, Kochka, it's really going to be coming down to this Demon Edge, what he's going to be wanting to try and do. Because just a lot of that damage, the DPS coming out from Mouse is going to be coming out from him, really. Because
he's got enough money after this Dragon stack that he'll be able to buy back. Especially now he's popped the Yachty. Now he can buy up his Demon Edge, his Monkey King Bar, as well as have buyback. There's no fear for him of that one now. Because if he's going to spend the dough, it'll be a disappointment if he just dies and still has 4.5k gold. It's like, well, I could have been amazing. I could have had a Monkey King Bar, but no.
No, it all goes away. Invisibility rune right now onto Fada. They still can't really do a whole lot with this quite yet. Level 20 right now for Loda as well.
I keep my eyes so closely on his cash, man. So closely. He bought a heart recipe.
So he is going for the tank.
Yep. But he hasn't spent the 3,200. He still requires another 400 or so gold before he'll know he'll have buyback available. So he's trying to make sure he gets his remaining farm before he picks it up. That Kuri may as well make the trip, though, because in a moment he'll have it.
And honestly, now that I think about this, isn't really too bad of a choice right now, because most of the time we're going to be seeing Admiral Bulldog kind of lock on to the Lifestealer, really. And if he's going to be able to do that successfully, taking him out of the fights, that's going to allow Loda to just continue to right-click down everyone else on the Mouse lineup, to be able to just melt them down. And then by the time everything is said and done, that's just going to be that's going to be Black there, kind of all alone. That's going to be the key, or what they're hoping for here on the Alliance lineup. But if that is going to be executed properly, we have yet to see.
Now we will see, man. That we will see. Hopefully. Hopefully. Money spent. Daedalus or Monkey? It's a Monkey King Bar. It's an MKB from Nature's Prophet. So Loda at the end of the day actually makes the right decision. 5,200, and that's his heart. Courier's flying in right now. Reaver, heart now up on Loda. Very, very difficult to kill off Loda. Very, very difficult to kill him off. He's still walking around with this casual band of elf skin with 2k gold up his sleeve. They want Roshan, and because Loda's got the Aegis Immortal, he can do it now. Not the Aegis Immortal, the heart, he can do it now. But he's still pushing out this bottom lane. He still wants momentum out here because Nature's Prophet's been doing a very, very good job of keeping all these other lanes pushed out. Everything is over the river, which means Alliance going in for Roshan is almost an impossible thing to really do at this point of the game.
They're posturing for it. They really want to be doing this. They only have one ward here inside of the middle lane for Mouse to be able to spot anything that's going to be coming out, and they're all kind of gathering up on the high ground. That's the smoke.
Yeah, but they're going to get revealed. There's Vendetta here, and Loda will just walk straight in.
No.
He's already a piglet. It's okay because they haven't done enough damage to him, and Nature's Prophet, BKB will pop Loda. Maybe not okay. He'll have to buy back into this right now, and then he'll haunt himself directly back in the fight. It's almost like he's basically playing bait right now because they're going to kill off Black. They're going to kill off Quachka. There's buybacks right now from both of those heroes as well. And then RP, big RP, Fader, Ice Path, follow up, the silence is there. Geometry's eyes on the deck, Loader forced up away from this one. He needs space, he needs to heal, he can't dagger, he's held in position, there's no buyback. Loader will go down as well. Triple kill coming the way of Quachka, the Nature's Prophet. Just standing and delivering during this engagement, and now they want to go top. Prophet's up here, and he finds S4, but he just wants to create an army of trees and take out this tower. They want Rax and Loader. There is no Loader for a minute, which means there is no damage. And Black will take this tower. Fortification buys a little bit of time. This is at least one Rax, maybe more.
Oh my god, that positioning from Loader there, being able to just get picked off immediately from Mouse. What we could have seen happen immediately afterwards with the buyback, it just wasn't enough. He was immediately taken out. That RP from Fada just sealing the deal on top of everything, and that's 2 racks, man.
It is.
That was
and it might be 3. They got 30 seconds. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. Alliance need to try something. S4's hanging in the wings, but he cannot see an opening, and they don't have an opening. The Keeper of Light Blast will come, pushes it back a little bit, and there goes S4. Big AB is up. He's looking for a kill on Black. He's trying to force him out. EGM with a stun. They're actually going to kill off Black right now. Now, however, EGM being done up, skewered back out. S4, a quick void, but Alex, man, they got enough damage. Forced up, S4, nice armlet toggle. Fader behind Admiral Bulldog. Cogs push him up. Fader's a little bit too far, but Spectre's back. Spectre is back. They won't lose their 4 racks. Admiral Bulldog now going to hold Fader in position, and now the Steward's on the other foot. Fader will go down. He's on the sidelines. Nate's already used his buyback. 3 minutes on the sidelines for him for the buyback. But really, he's gone for the 40 seconds. Mid-range rack is still existing, and the bottom rack is still intact. This game ain't no GG.
Not yet. Not yet after that. Another 60 seconds left right there, though, for Magnus. Oh my god, this is unbelievably close now. This is going to allow the Roche, though. Oh, they forced the buyback, though.
Yeah, Mag had to come. Mag had to come. Alliance now are questioning if they should go. They're really questioning if they are they setting up a trap? It feels like it.
They're gonna go for a pincer move here.
Spectre's got Haunt. They're going to try and come in through the rear. If they find an opening, they'll go for it. And Ruby's going to be the first one. Silence, Void, Spectre. There goes your Horn in. There can be no blink in for this one. Which they're going to be the follow-up. There's your RP.
Oh,
and Vader, he blew it. He completely blew it out. The BKB will pop off. Admiral Bulldog caught in the macro pyre, but he pops off the mech charge. Now RP on cooldown. You go in there and you take Roshan. Alliance, they can do so. They've still got to worry about the pushing lanes in on the top lane as well as the mid. And a Prophet. Oh, really? He's searching for Admiral Bulldog, but he's going to find Loader. There's the jump out. Hex as well. It should be enough. Spectre's gone. Buyback 1 minute 40 seconds. He doesn't have the cash as well. And mousesports are going in for the GG.
They're going in for the kill.
They need to finish the job. They need to finish the job. And Alliance need to hold him out for as long as possible. S4 is going to come in through the rear, find an opening. There's maybe a pickup on the Nyx. There's actually an RP out on the side. It's Admiral Bulldog, sorry, with the Cogs the only in. And Quachka, he's being bashed down by the Basher. There's going to be enough damage. Now the Nature's Prophet's on the sidelines. EGM, he's got no mana left. He can't stun, he can't do anything. And a wonderful Ice Path. All 3 remaining heroes from Alliance being stunned up by Alex. 4 staff down. Black wants to bring it down. He cannot finish the job. S4 is back. Admiral Bulldog will go down, dropping the gem. 40 seconds still left on Loader. The heroes will retreat, and Aki, he'll try and push it back out again with the Cuddle Blast, but it's just not enough. They got enough life. They're looking for Mega Creeps. Aki now, he's got Mana Leak on himself because it was stolen by Pass. And that is going to be Aki's death. Ice Path out from Alex, holds him in position. Nighthawk is the only one up. They're up against Mega Creeps right now. Loader, 17 seconds on the clock. The towers are down. Now they go for S4. It's buying time for Loader to find this one, but he's going to have no teammates to help him fight it. Back to the fortress. The creeps are attacking it. S4 buys back. Loader, 5 seconds. The ranks, 2k life points. Black wants S4. Loader's now back up again. And maybe there's an opening. Where's the Haunt? Now it comes. They're just focusing on the fortress. And GG! It is going to be done!
That's it.
mousesports will eliminate Alliance from the competitions.
In one of the biggest upsets in the EMS one. That was a hell of a game.
Alliance, of course, during the group stage, they didn't go through a #1 position, but they won 3 of the cups. They qualified with the highest amount of points coming into the group stages. And mousesports, They fight injured. Fader, of course, crippled in the hand, but they're still able to bring down Alliance. Man, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. I also cannot believe we've now lost our chests.
I know. That is me becoming ridiculously awake right now. My heart's beating. Hands are shaking.
Huge game and such a huge loss as well. Alliance being eliminated out. I was pimping them. Like, I know during Star Ladder, I kind of doubted their performance, their ability to win these games, and they came through and proved me 100% wrong. And here in the competition, I was giving them such a benefit coming into this one. mousesports, of course, they're strong, but no one expected that kind of strength. And in the later portion of the game, it just wasn't enough for Alliance. Of course, we are going to be jumping over. I love our Black because he is the poster boy for mousesports, and he'll be ready to have a bit of a chat. In fact, it looks like they're both ready right now, the captains of both mousesports as well as the team Alliance. We cross over to you, Zoe, and Pyrian.
Well, thanks for putting him in as well. Yeah. But I can't even know how to begin right now. This was just incredibly tense. It was so amazing to watch and was so close. Once, of course, congratulations to you guys. And also, of course, still, that was amazing. You put up such a fight. You delivered a show. And talking about delivering, you guys did that for sure. I told you I'm going to be angry at you if you don't, but it's fine. I'm pleased. I'm happy. I think the crowd was more than pleased. Right, guys? I think so. So, then let's talk a little bit about the games. As I've been reading what's going on in the chat as well, the first game you guys just pretty much dominated. Do you think that was outdrafted or outplayed?
In the first game, they didn't really have enough damage to deal with Alchemist and Nags, so I would call that an outpick. And in the second game, we got totally outpicked. And then the third game was a really good and close game.
All right. So, did you actually expect that? I mean, I know you said beforehand you're confident and everything, but that was still pretty tense. Did you expect to actually win now, mostly in the last game where it was just like back and forth so much?
Yeah. Like, as I said, we are like definitely underdogs in this game, and I thought they would like stomp us really bad. But like, I don't know, it turned out really well. I don't know what happened, but we played really well.
Well, thank you very much. And I can't wait to see the next game of you guys.
Okay, and I'm here with S4, and Black, they're unsure about what happened, what went wrong. What do you put it down to? What do you put your loss down to?
I don't know. They surprised us. They played really well.
So you weren't expecting them to perform as well as they did?
Well, not really.
Fair enough. And Black was saying there that you guys were back outpicked in the first game, then you did the outpicking in the second game. How much do you think it was down to the fact you didn't pick Tidehunter after you promised that you would pick Tidehunter?
Yeah, that was... I guess it was that.
Classic mistake. Yeah. Okay, well, bad luck.
Well, yeah, bad luck indeed, but still well fought, really. I enjoy watching those games so much. I'm pretty sure everyone is looking forward to the next game coming up, that's for sure, as that's two favorite teams going into that whole tournament. We will see how that is going to pan out, but before that, we're going to have more interviews and more action for you guys after a short clip.